Hello all and welcome to Virgil Swarm Stadium on a beautiful night for week 1 of the 2025 high school football season. It's Hamilton, it's Badin, it's the Crosstown Showdown Part 3. One city, two schools, pride and bragging rights on the line tonight. What a great night it's going to be. I'm Jeff Archibald with TV Hamilton, and I'm honored to be joined in the booth this evening by Joel Sackenheim and Dan Vogt of the Report Ohio in the first ever joint live game between our two organizations. Gentlemen, it's great to have you. How much fun is this for the two organizations to get together?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, this is going to be the first, I believe, live broadcast for TV Hamilton with announcers,
yes,
correct?
Historical for us.
Historical, and the Report Ohio. Dan, you and I have been part of this for a while.
It's a fantastic night, guys, and we have a great rivalry to work with today. Doesn't game better than this.
How important is this game to both schools and to the city as a whole? What does this mean, do you think, to these organizations, just to everybody who lives in Hamilton?
Dan, since you are the older of the two of us,
A little bit, Joel.
and I am the more autistic of the two of us,
Yes.
I'll let you answer his question from an emotional hometown standpoint, and then I'll start looking at a couple numbers. Go ahead.
Well, the last time Badin and Hamilton played was 1980 and 1981. I remember those games because I was a senior in 1980, and I think Badin was victorious in the 80 and 81 games. Then we go into your era, Joel, when it resumed again. What era was that?
2000, 2001. Hamilton with a big win in 2000, and then Badin with an upset victory, very small margin in 01.
Right. And
I guess it was 99 and 2000 because it was the fall leading in.
Yeah.
That's right.
now we fast forward to recent times.
And I think what's exciting is in the past, those were always two games.
Right.
And now we're at 3, looking at 4, and the hope is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on into infinity.
Well, there are two reasons for that. One is called Nick Yorty, and one is called Arby Crouch.
You're very
Yes.
right.
And the two men spent 8 years together on the same coaching staff at Mount Healthy, forging their friendship in the same battles there in God knows what conference it was then. That Mount Healthy team has gone through so many conference affiliations over the years with Fort Ancient Valley and the Southwestern Ohio Conference, but they've been friends for a very, very long time. I remember being WMOH and covering a game at Mount Healthy after Yorty had been named the head coach at Badin. I'm wearing my Badin sweatshirt because I went to Badin, and
Yes.
Arby saw me in my Badin outfit after the game. He motioned me, come on over here, and he put his arm around me and said, "Tell Yorty I love him."
You know what? You mentioned those two coaches. This is perfect time. We were able to stop out at practice this week, talk to both teams, talk to both coaches, check out practice. Let's go and hear from both of those coaches tonight on what they have to say this game means to their team and to the city.
Yeah, it's absolutely a big deal, and it's a must-win for us, I believe, and because it doesn't get any easier, the rest of the season. So we're playing it in GMC, and it's a tough league, and this is a great game for us. And now we're used to a big game like this, and hopefully we can come out and do what we need to do.
I think it's just a good test, a good starting point, because we think we know what we got. I'm sure Coach Krause thinks the same way. But nobody really knows until you get in there, and when the lights are on and there's that many people there, and every play matters. We're going to see what we're made of, and that's the exciting part about it.
They're going to want to run the ball. They want to keep the ball. We can't let them do that. So we got to play good defense. If we can do that, it could be a good night for us.
They got some really good guys up front, and I think this game's going to be one up front. It's going to be one on the O-line and D-line, and it's going to be a matter of who comes out and can control that, and who can run the football, and we'll see.
I think I'm a run kind of guy, and I think J.D. Vonderheit is my offense coordinator. I think he's a run kind of guy. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling on the ground first.
Offensively, we might be a little bit farther ahead than the defense, and usually it's the other way around. But this is one of those years where we got a lot of guys coming back, and they're still learning, but a lot of stuff we were focused on last year, we can kind of expand on this year, and that's what's kind of exciting about it.
He looks pretty good to me. I mean, he could very well be the best quarterback we've had since Andy Menery, so he's just got a lot of work to do. I don't like some of the throws he throws sometimes, but he's just got to have confidence, and that's what we've been talking about, gunslinger confidence, and just go out there and have fun and do your job and be aggressive.
Those three are leaders. Two of those guys are captains that were voted on by the team. They're back. They got experience. They fly around, and losing what we lost on defense, those guys are leaders. you know, and we're going to look to them to kind of take control out there and get guys in the right spots and make the right calls and those type of things. And yeah, they're going to be a big part of whether or not we'll be successful or not.
All right, both coaches talking about the importance of the offensive line in this game, a game that will be won or lost in the trenches. And that's very key. We've kind of talked about this before we get on here. Hamilton has the size, Badin has the experience kind of up front. How important do you see the trenches for a victory in this game?
Well, I feel I'm just looking at the rosters, the size and the weight, and I'm looking at the Hamilton offensive line. You know, their starters 285, 280, 280, 240. So they definitely have the bulk over Badin. What Badin does have is very experienced linebackers, and they're all coming back. They've all had, each of the guys have had over 100 tackles last year. I'm referring to Alex Pate, Albert Rink, and Trent Owens. So I think you might see the linebackers crowding the line a little bit more to help the defense.
Yeah, I call them the trio of terror for Badin. Because I think what they do is they look like that old Minnesota Vikings with Scott Studwell. If I may go back to the old people watching.
That's okay.
You know, when the defensive line would kind of hold the position and the linebackers would shoot the gaps.
That's right.
I'm going to look at that. I think that's what Badin's going to try and do tonight. But this game, gentlemen, what's your key to tonight? What do you think, or what do you see happening tonight? What's a key or concern for you guys?
I think from Badin's perspective, and it's interesting you're talking about the idea of linebackers blitzing. The one big advantage I see for Hamilton as far as a mismatch, Dan, you mentioned the offensive line. Yes, Badin has returning linebackers, but Badin has lost all 4 of their defensive linemen starters due to graduation. That is going to be enormously important for Badin. They're going to be rotating a bunch of guys. Jeff, you were talking to Coach Yordy earlier this week, and he said multiple players will rotate.
Multiple players. When he sent the starting lineup, he's like, these guys are going to be our starter. There was one note in it, and the one note was that we were going to have multiple guys play and rotate on defensive line. Everything else was set. But they returned a lot of guys, except for defensive line. They lost every single starter.
That's the big question mark. Dan and I were on the field talking to Coach Yordy also before the game tonight. He said that Coach Schlager, the defensive coordinator who's done so well for Badin over the years, does not love blitzing.
That is
likes
correct.
to only rush the 4-man down line. They might have to alter their approach tonight if they can't stop Hamilton's running game. And obviously for R.V. Crouch and for Hamilton, goal number 1 will be establish that offensive line, get that running game going right down the gut, and if they can overpower Badin, that's going to be Hamilton's best strategy to try to get a victory tonight.
Yes, and conversely, as far as the size goes for Badin on their defensive line, they have Pete Pendergast, 6'6", 265, but they also have players that weigh 205, 190, and 175. So they're getting outmanned 80, 90 pounds. So that's where the linebackers, as I mentioned earlier, are going to, help Badin out.
Folks, keep an eye on Pete Pendergast tonight. He's number 61 wearing white. He's going to try to go both ways for large portions of the game. Yordy does not think he can go all 4 quarters playing 2 ways as a nose tackle on the defensive line, but they're going to need him on both sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and check out the beautiful national anthem from the amazing Hamilton Band. We want you to check out what they can do because they truly are exceptional.
The colors are being presented this evening by Hamilton High School ROTC members. Carrying the national colors, Jacob Lynch. The Navy colors, Trinity Apodaca. And the Rifle Escorts, Maxwell Miller and Dominic Platt.
What a fantastic rendition by the Hamilton High School Marching Band. Really a fantastic program over here at Hamilton.
Oh, my goodness. And what a great arrangement of that piece, too. A couple
Beautiful.
extra 4/4 measures thrown in there with the other 3/4. We have great sound. Steve Caldwell working the audio tonight. And
Poor
sounds
Steve
great.
is going to be working hard tonight.
Steve's got a lot going on tonight.
You know, we talk about the Badin players going both ways, playing both sides. Steve's playing 4 sides of the ball tonight. So he's playing offense, defense, and special teams. And I think he's giving out some water.
He is busier than a one-legged man in a rear-end kicking competition. Steve Caldwell, our fearless leader.
Gentlemen, we look at this game. We're 9 minutes or so from kickoff. Give me a player to watch on both sides. Who's a guy you think that people should keep an eye on? Who's someone you think that you think is someone who could be a key to this, or just someone who could be very interesting?
Well, I think the key to Badin is Lem Grayson, the running back. He's where everything works for this group. He's coming back. Last year, 860 yards, averaged 4.4 a carry, 11 touchdowns. He even caught a lot of balls out of the backfield for a running back. He got a touchdown, 11 receptions, 102 yards. So I think everything funnels through him.
For Badin, I'm going to go ahead and throw something a little off that nobody's been talking about. Colt Emerson. Okay, look at the quarterback. It all starts with the quarterback. We all say that, of course. You know Lem Grayson. Lem Grayson was the only returning starter last year for Badin. So when Badin entered this game last year, it was Lem Grayson and friends, and nobody knew who anybody else was in Badin's starting offense. They had a great returning defense, and after Badin dropped their first couple of games, the offense then gained a little traction and were able to go undefeated through the GCL season and grab an 8-2 record, grab the 4th seed in the playoffs. Emerson, the quarterback, is going to have to make enough throws tonight. I don't think Yordi and company are going to want to air the ball out against Hamilton's defense, but you can't just line up and run the ball every single play against that big defensive line. You have to have just enough balance.
Yeah,
I agree.
And if Colton Emerson can make just enough throws to the wide ends, and maybe they make a couple tackles, they might be able to loosen up Hamilton's defense a little bit. I think the offense does have to throw a little bit through 17 more than they want.
And I do think it's important for Badin to score early, because I just have a feeling Hamilton is going to try and grind that ball and run behind that big offensive line that I keep saying about.
And Emerson, threw for 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns last year, only 6 interceptions. So he knows what he's doing. He completed 57% of his passes. He is a guy who's good under pressure. Also, his name is Colt. If you play football and your name is Colt, do you have to be a quarterback? Is that a law?
It should be.
Let me throw you something else, too, about Colt. He was starting for the first time last year.
Right.
You had Ritzy graduating as a senior, the one who had actually played in the state championship game a few years back when Badin
two times
played against Chardon. In the state finals. Well, they lost to Tippecanoe the year after that and were upset. But Emerson had to come in there, and when you're starting a quarterback that has never started before, your tendency is to be conservative, to keep the training wheels on the offense, to not expose him and ask him to do too much. This is now not Emerson's first rodeo. This is not his first game against Hamilton High. This is not his first start. He's played against Alter and McNicholas and CJ. He's played against Trotwood and Mount Healthy in the playoffs. And so Yordi can ask him to do a little more with a little more confidence this year. That might help, because Badin was shut out in this game last year.
Yes, they were.
Hamilton was shut out the year before.
And when you spoke with Coach Yordi before the game, we both spoke with him, he did say that he is going to be expanding the offensive playbook.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
For me on the Badin side, my player to watch is Pete Pendergast. Because he looks the part. He's 6'5", 265, and he looks like a football player. He moves like a football player. Great athleticism for his size. He's going to be needed to slow down Eckley Bridges, who's committed to Kent State. From Hamilton. He's going to be used to slow down Mason Holbrook, who's coming into Miami. He's going to be key to let Colt throw those passes. And then how much can he give them on the defensive side of the ball? That's going to be the key. To me, it's the key to them is an offensive defensive tackle. That's my key. Now, going to Hamilton's guys to keep your eye on, I'm going to be like you. I'm going to almost take the obvious one. Go to the quarterback. And it's going to be Jaden McLean. Jaden McLean is 6'3", 190. He grew 2 inches and put on 25 pounds over the offseason. He's a lefty. Don't let your eyes fool you. He is lefty when he's throwing the pass.
Looks like Mark Brunell out there.
He does, yes. And he looks a part of a quarterback. He throws a nice ball. He led the team to a fantastic JV season last year. But as they say, the sun doesn't shine quite as bright on the Saturday mornings as the lights shine on a Friday night. So we'll see how he does on the first Friday nights. How does that junior, who, by the way, Coach Crouch says is legitimately one of the smartest guys in the room all the time, how is he going to handle this crowd in this situation?
It's so interesting because last year Badin came into this game having lost their entire offense but had a really good defense.
Yes.
Now here comes Hamilton into this game this year having lost so much of their entire offense. They've got some skilled guys that have done it at the JV level, but varsity, as you say, that's a different animal. And it's not going to be not talented. It's just, are they ready for this experience Friday night?
Well, you had a quarterback last year. You had Mathis, who was a 2-year starter, combined to throw more than 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns his 2 years. You had Goldsmith, the running back, who led the entire GMC in rushing touchdowns. Last year it was Goldsmith left, Goldsmith right, Goldsmith up the middle. Like that was kind of it. With some Mathis, kind of throwing some passes too on crossing routes. Both those guys are gone. The 3 leading receivers are gone. There's nobody left with that much experience. But as Coach Crouch said too, they have older guys, just not experienced guys. So that may help too because they were here in the program last year. They saw some things. They just didn't get to play a lot.
And they're hungry now. They're seniors, and they want to get out there and show what they can do. So they're going to be playing from the heart.
Danny, you got a few numbers there on Hamilton starters. These are not unbelievable numbers, but it's not because of the lack of talent. It's because of the lack of reps at the varsity level. Go ahead. What do you got there?
Yeah, Jordan Bryant, wide receiver, 2 receptions, 24 yards.
Okay, that's a starting wideout.
Elijah Jones, 3 receptions, 56 yards, 1 touchdown, and a long of 24.
And that is for the season, not for an individual game.
That's correct.
And that is a leading returning receiver for Hamilton, 56 yards.
56 yards.
Yeah, and their tight end has 3 receptions. Okay, so these boys are going to be out to prove
Andre
themselves.
Bailey, 42 carries last year. Oh boy, that's a lot.
170 yards.
Again,
I think Grayson gets that in 1 game.
42 carries for the season, not 42 in a game.
So very, very, very inexperienced Hamilton offense.
Hamilton's going to rely a lot on that defense. Like I said, Eckley Bridges, Mason Holbrook up front. One's a Kent State commit, one's a Miami commit. Also, very key in this game, keep your eye out for Jaden Lewis, number 7, the linebacker, a 6'1", 205 senior. 39 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss last year. He is going to be required to fly all over the field. Coach Crouch is excited about him, so keep your eye on Jaden Lewis. He could really be an X factor in this game.
Very good.
Here comes the Hamilton Big Blue, folks.
Got the Who Let the Dogs Out in the background. Very good.
The Baja Men, circa 2000.
It's a classic.
Feels a little bit like 2000 around here at the Virgil Schwarm press box, hanging out with TV Hamilton.
Yeah, you've got some experience back in your day, Joel, and TV
Bringing
Hamilton.
it home to you was what they used to say back in the day.
Yeah, Joel, your logo on your shirt is a little different than Jeff's.
Well, it's got the exclamation point at the end of it here. Yes.
Oh, yes, Hamilton.
Yes, this is back in the day from when Jack Armstrong was our fearless leader. Jack Armstrong, who had the most perfect white hair of anybody outside of Jimmy Johnson.
Boy,
folks, I told you I'm going to bring a little bit of the autism to the game tonight. Obviously, we're getting ready to start off. Very important game also in terms of numbers for playoffs. Nobody likes it when I start talking playoffs right in the pregame show for week 1.
We haven't kicked the ball yet, Joel.
But Hamilton High School plays a 9-game conference schedule. Hamilton would not only love to beat Badin tonight, but they would love every single other team in the GMC to also win their non-conference game. No, they want them to win. Because that's going to pull extra points in to those conference matchups. I don't know if the GMC is going to go 0-10 tonight, 10-0 tonight, or whatever in between, but I can promise you this. The next 9 weeks, the conference as a whole will go 5-5. That is a mathematical certainty.
Yes.
So you need to get as many points into your conference as you can right now. And meanwhile, Badin will be eyeing scores from Alter winning last night, from Elyria Catholic going against Bishop Hartley in Columbus tonight, and from Dixie Heights against Simon Kenton in Kentucky tonight. Yes, folks, those games actually directly matter in the playoff hopes and seedings of both Hamilton and Badin.
Now, quickly shout out to Adam Williams, who's on our scoreboard, by the way, in the bottom. I want to give him some credit, Adam Williams.
Okay, so I believe Badin won the toss, or Hamilton did and deferred. So Badin will get the opening kickoff here.
Connor Stevens lining this thing up for the Big Blue. Declan Brown back to return it, but it's going to go to the other guy, James Brink, number 4, and a fake pitch reverse as Brink keeps it. And Brink has got steam.
He's got some room.
Down the sideline, only Stevens to beat.
He is gone.
And he is loose for a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, but there is a flag being thrown on the Badin sideline. This is probably going to be a sideline warning.
Yes.
I would imagine the play will probably stand.
What a way to begin the season for the Badin Rams.
Well, if you're worried about your offensive line and defensive line being undersized, how about you just score on special teams?
That's one way to take care of the problem. He had 132 yards in kickoff returns last year, picks up 97 in the first 10 seconds of the game.
I think he'll beat last year's numbers at that rate.
Let's see what the man in the white hat has to say. The touchdown stands. Sideline warning.
You got it, Joel.
On Badin, there's no yards with the penalty on the first occurrence, but there'll be a 15-yarder tacked on the next time it should happen. So very excited Badin sideline there, Dan.
Yeah, so basically several of them ran probably on the field screaming as the touchdown occurred.
Nice little fake window dressing back there as everybody eyed Declan Brown, and Brink just kept the ball, and he was never touched.
I do think the fake reverse had something to do with him getting open.
Gabe Mayahara with the extra point. It is up, and it is, as Al Michaels would say, good.
Good, yes.
7-0 Badin, Jeff. What do you think about this?
You know, they always talk about special teams. They're always that X factor, that it's that key, you know, because it now gives your chance. Your offense doesn't have to go on the field. You don't have to worry about being in the hole after you punt it. You know, if you go 3 and out. Those are the kinds of things that win games. We talk about the last 2 games are 18-0 and 15-0.
That's right.
Well, it's 7 points in the first 14 seconds. They literally scored more than they did all last year in the first 14 seconds, and half of essentially, or a third of essentially what they did 2 years ago.
If the streak continues, there's no reason to play the rest of the game, right?
Yes. Somehow, what's funny is before the game at practice this week, I was talking to Joel Lauer, offensive line coach for Badin, and I said, Joel, what's going to happen? He said, I honestly don't know, but I'll tell you this much. Both teams are going to score more points.
Okay. Well,
So
Badin has already done that.
And that's really big, too, you know, for Badin here to get on that board and jump out early. Because if you're Hamilton, who's inexperienced, who doesn't know quite what they're doing yet, they might be in a little bit of shell shock with all these juniors. So now they've got to respond to this. How do you respond? How does Jaden McClain come out and respond? How do Andre Bailey respond? How does that line respond? You just got kicked in the mouth without even you stepping on the field. Now you need to eat up some clock.
Well, the coach has to say, guys, settle down. It was one play. Let's just play our game. Calm down. Don't get down. You know, right the ship. All the cliches.
The left-footed punter, Ben Sakash, a senior, handles the kickoff duties for the Rams. And a long, deep, majestic kick that's going to go into the end zone, hitting about 9 yards deep in the end zone. That's about, 69 yards in the air?
Sakash was on the money, wasn't he, guys?
You've been saving that up all offseason, Dan.
And he used it on the first kick.
And Dan, as football and God intended, a touchback in high school football goes to the 20-yard line.
Yes, the NFL can't make up its minds. I think they're moving up to the 40 this year.
35,
no, 35.
Yeah, they're having a really hard time.
Yes.
So here comes the Hamilton Big Blue in a pistol formation. Looks like Andre Bailey is going to be the running back that is deep, and obviously Jaden McClain, the quarterback. Those two names we'll be calling a lot tonight for Big Blue. And a little pass to the outside. It is caught and wrapped up. Looking for the receiver there. Did you catch him, Jeff?
I got thrown off. There's somebody throwing a football behind the plane. I thought it was a flag.
Tackle made by Trent Owens.
Trent Owens on the tackle, it looks like.
I think Elijah Jones was
Elijah
Jones was the call.
13.
There we go. Thank you.
So
Blue numbers on black jerseys are not the easiest. We do appreciate the white outline. That does help us some. And I wonder as the sun goes down if these numbers will be a little easier to see as well. As McClain now has Bailey next to him in the shotgun rather than the pistol. And this is a handoff to Bailey up the middle. They're going to test out that Badin defensive front four and not be able to carve out a lot of room.
No, Badin responded really well there on the defense. Seems like Hamilton's kind of coming out a little bit conservative, which is to be expected with the new group that they have this year. Big 3rd down and 8 here. What do you see on this, Jeff?
You know, I think they're going to look for McClain, maybe throwing an out route, because you got to get him in the air at some point. You can't expect to hand it off and pick up 8 here. So don't be surprised to see if McClain looks for an out route, maybe coming towards us to the bottom of your screen.
only a single high safety for Badin's defense. That's Kreider. As man goes in motion, this will either be a pass or a quarterback run, a screen. And he's
Badin
wrapped
knew
up.
it.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness, Alex Pate wraps up Dominic Southern in the backfield.
There's
3 and out for the Badin defense.
Alex Pate, what a player. There's always been a Pate playing for Badin. The last 40 years you hear that name Pate. It's
If you don't
amazing.
see a Sarber in the roster, you know you're going to see a Pate.
Absolutely.
And there was a big opportunity there because Hamilton had 3 blockers out front with only
Yes.
2 Badin players over there. If Pate doesn't slide through there, that thing's going for some yards. That's a missed opportunity for Hamilton to pick up that block.
LT King and Declan Brown, 2 return men for Badin. And Stevens with a bad snap and
Ooh.
not a block. And it's going to be bouncing around the 40-yard line. Peter calls Declan Brown, stay away from it. And the Badin Rams could not have drawn up a better start to this game on the road. A kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening play. A 3 and out for your defense where Hamilton actually loses yards offensively.
Right.
And now Badin will begin their very first offensive
Well,
possession at the 48-yard line.
kudos to Big Blue's punter there. Terrible high snap,
Yeah.
and he still kicked it and got some roll on it. It could have been far worse, actually.
You're right about that. Dan, you had mentioned earlier about Hamilton's size difference with Badin and how Hamilton would ideally like to play with the lead. That would
Right.
give them the opportunity to grind the game down. This is not the start that RV Crouch wanted.
No, it's not. And I respected the way Badin came out that first series. They just took it to him there.
Colt Emerson, number 17, the quarterback. Lem Grayson, number 1, the running back next to him. If you've not watched a whole lot of Badin football in recent years, you will see the numbers are only on this side, so enjoy it in the first quarter because you get a blank white helmet to look at on the second quarter as they switch sides.
Kind of a Pittsburgh Steeler thing.
That's kind of like that. Handoff to Grayson.
my.
That did not fool Hamilton at all.
Wow.
Big loss. Officially, the tackle on the play is going to go to, it looks like Jaden Lewis, number 7, although he was met in the backfield earlier.
Eckley Bridges got through there immediately, threw him backwards, and Jaden Lewis finished him off. Those are 2 guys we talked about in the pregame, and here they are stepping up on the first play of Badin's really first series.
Absolutely.
And right there on the very first play, you saw the defensive line for Hamilton flex its muscle there and bust through. Poor Grayson had nowhere to go. He almost received the handoff to the defensive lineman.
13-yard loss on that first play.
Oh, my goodness. Second and forever. It's actually better for Hamilton that the first guy missed the tackle because kept his momentum going. Jet sweep and nothing there. Bottled up in the backfield. Yeah, there's no room.
This is brutal on the
Absolutely
first 2 plays.
no room. This looks like American Gladiators playing Powerball against Sabre and Turbo and Nitro.
That's a great way to put it because these guys are coming clean through. You talked about Badin's going to have to throw it and throw it downfield to relieve some of this pressure. And we're going to see, because those first 2 plays show us they're not going to be able to keep Hamilton out of the backfield at this rate.
Badin's offense is averaging negative 10 yards per play.
This is where you might see the quick – I always advocate a quick punt on 3rd down.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to bring up a 3rd down punt.
Oh,
It is 3rd and 34, by the way.
Oh, my goodness. Handoff up the middle to Grayson. This will be the first positive play for Badin. And by positive play, we mean 1 yard.
Yes.
So Badin started the game with what they wanted. Then Badin got the defensive plays they wanted. Hamilton the same. We may see a little bit more of a slobber knocker tonight.
We have an injured Ram on the field.
Oh, no.
This is not good. This is Declan Brown.
Ooh.
He's one of their speedy return guys, plays wide receiver. You wouldn't think you'd see an injury on a running play on a draw up the middle. But
He's a
this
senior.
This is concerning.
Yeah, you don't want to see your senior get hurt on the first game of the season.
Too early for cramps, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I would think at this point in the game, we talked about this early in the season, even on a night, it's really a beautiful night. It's not hot like we normally get. But if you're not used to taking those hits, if you're not used to getting up from under a pile, sometimes those cramps come up, but usually you don't have them the first 5 minutes, first 4 minutes of a ball game.
It's so early.
And from the way they're addressing him, usually when you see a cramp there, he's down on the field, they'll be pulling his leg or rubbing in the leg, but they're kind of up towards his head there. So maybe it's something in the shoulder area. We'll see.
You know, it's interesting. Back in 99 and 2000 when Badin and Hamilton did play each other,
Right.
the time that Badin won that game. I believe it was a 16-13 final with Tommy Puma with a
Okay.
touchdown run, if my memory serves me correctly, from
You
all
are
those
correct.
years ago. But I remember Badin and Sally Cooker talking to me afterwards. She was their athletic director, about the cost of that win because they were so injured when they went into the playoff game.
Oh.
Declan Brown is not putting any
Yeah,
pressure on that
that's
left
either
leg.
a knee or an ankle.
That is not good.
So it's not a shoulder at all.
No,
No.
it's a lower leg injury, and yeah, you wouldn't think an ACL or something would tear on a draw play, but my goodness, this is not good.
No.
Saycash going to come out and punt this thing for the Rams, and they would have been better off punting it on third down.
I agree.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, too, look at the punt returner back there. He literally can't see. He's shooting his eyes with his hand. He
The
is
sun.
looking directly in the sun, not in that direction, directly in that sun. So he may be better off almost letting this ball bounce unless he gets a really clean look at it. But this is going to be a dangerous return for Hamilton just to make a clean catch.
Elijah Jones back there as Hamilton doesn't get a lot of pressure on.
And they-
Saycash boots it.
Nice kick.
Inside the 20, it's going to be muffed, but then picked up by Jones.
Block in the back there.
And we've got it looks like, there we go. Yes, Danny, you're right. We got the block in the back flag. Hamilton's fans going to go nuts, but this is not going to stand. The flag is at the 26-yard line. Arvey is not happy about this, but you saw it before the referee even threw the flag.
Yeah,
Dan.
I did. So it's going to probably take it back to about the 20-yard line. For
Probably the
Hamilton.
16.
Yeah, it might be more around the 15 or so.
Yeah. 10 yards probably from, it looks like the flag is going to be moved to the 25-yard line. That's the target he was trying to hit, so this will go back to the 15-yard line there for Hamilton.
Yeah, RV, he's probably mad at his player for blocking in the back. I don't think he was actually mad at the penalty because it was so blatantly obvious.
Now, we have to look at this defensive series for Badin. You talked about they don't like the blitz. They didn't blitz, but they had 7 guys up right at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
They weren't blitzing, but they were right there. That's why they were able to make those tackles so quickly. And the running play and on the 2 quick outs, they're making those tackles right there because those linebackers are walking up to the line of scrimmage. It's almost like 7 down.
Right.
But they're not down. It's like 7 across the line. Badin knows they're going to force Jaden McLean to throw it over the top. They're saying, that's fine. If you want to beat us deep, you go ahead. But they're bringing their 7 guys downhill.
And again, a single high safety look from the Badin defense. Only one man just off frame, and that is number 6, Jordan Kreider, hanging out of the 30-yard line, just out of your picture. Man goes in motion. We'll see if Hamilton tries to run it up the gut. No, it's going to be a toss for a quick slant.
What a
Nice
catch.
throw and a great catch.
Wow.
And that looks like that is Jones, Elijah Jones. We've been calling his name quite a bit there. First down for Hamilton. That is the first chain mover of the night for either offense.
And that's so needed for Hamilton just to get some confidence for Jaden McLean. Pass a little bit high, but he knows if he gets the ball there, his receiver can make that play.
Great little slant and man coverage out there on the left-hand side. We're going to try to run a little quick button hook. Back to Jones. Back up the middle, and he's going to gain about 6 yards before he's finally brought down, maybe 7.
Little West Coast style offense. You get your 4 and 5 yards. It's basically just throwing the ball, kind of running the ball by doing outside throws. Pretty simple so far.
Get him out in space, Jeff?
That's exactly what they're trying to do. They know they've got guys who can make some moves and break one. I think they're trying to find the one-on-one matchup, get the ball to him and say, if you can beat your defender, go for it.
2 running backs now as a pistol with a also flanker back next to him, and a man goes in motion. We'll see if we get any kind of read option off of this. It's
a fumble.
Ball is on the ground, as the famous Dirk Allen would say. And it looks like Hamilton's got it. They do.
They do. The clock is still running, so when in doubt, look at the scoreboard. If they stop the clock, that means the defense got the ball.
And they actually get a 1-yard gain off of that.
Wow.
Design play.
Design.
Harvey's a genius.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All right.
Fumble it forward and fall on it.
That's it.
Fumble-rooski.
Fumble, Ruski.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 2, Dan.
Oh, my goodness.
Scoreboard got 4 on it?
Yeah, it
The
does.
scoreboard is wrong.
Yeah, about 3rd and 2, a long 2. A lot of options here. You can either hand it off, or we could see a Jaden McLean called draw from the quarterback this time.
You were talking earlier, Jeff, about some read options. The
Yes.
old Vince Young mesh point. This might be a good time to go to that for Arvey. A timeout being taken instead.
That was a good move. He prevented the delayed game penalty.
And
Yeah.
very important on a 3rd and 2 to keep your momentum going for Hamilton's offense.
I think right now it's key for them just to pick up another first down. I mean, obviously it'd be great to get points. It's always great to get points. That's literally the goal of football. but just to get some more confidence to pick up another first down, move the ball out to more to midfield. If you don't get the first down after that, you can try and pin them on the punt. It's just important to get some kind of flow for them. You don't want to go 3 and out, or in this case, do one completion, then go out of the 3 out in the next series, because you just want your offense to get comfortable with each other, because these guys have not played a real game truly together, so you want them to get more reps. This is reps.
In worst case scenario, you're going to gain the field position when you do punt it, and the way Hamilton's defense played in the first series.
Oh my goodness!
That, field position is critical right now.
That's why I think when we look at this game at halftime, that kick return is going to be even more important than we even thought originally.
Oh, I agree.
Wrapping up a last note on Sally Cooker in my conversation with her, because we didn't finish that. Badin won the last regular season game, got drubbed in the playoffs because they had so many injuries because of how big Hamilton was. And when I asked Sally, why are we canceling, why is Badin not playing Hamilton, she's like, it's not worth it because of the body toll it took on our players. Badin does not have as many players as Hamilton does to absorb all of those. A handoff up the middle. That is Andre Bailey, and I love the Brett Favre style of pump fake after the handoff.
It's a
just to bite the defense there and make it look like he still had the ball.
And sometimes you do that too, because you want to see how they react when you fake that in case you do have the ball. Are they going to show you something for later in the game?
Setting up plays for the future. 1st and 10 is Big Blues offense. Gets it out to the 45-yard line, the best field position for Hamilton High School so far in this young game. And a pass play on the RPO. Tried to hit the slant pattern there to Elijah Jones, and just outside his outstretched arms, Dan.
I really like the way Hamilton is mixing it up here on offense. I thought that 3rd and 2 run where they got 7 yards on the previous play, that told me a lot. It told me we're going to run and we're going to beat you, and they did. And you would think the logical thing would be stay with the run, but no, they mix it up and throw a short pass.
Also, something to keep in mind, Hamilton is going with the quick snap. They're trying to wear Badin down, I think, in this.
Quicker paced offense. You see this at a lot of the college level. Man in motion. Jordan Bryant's going on a lot of east-west
what a bounce.
Ooh, and a great tackle there. One-on-one crime. Andre Bailey, the ball carrier. Lem Grayson with the tackle. Badin's got several players that are trying to go both ways tonight. You won't see much of that for Big Blue.
Wow.
It's a great tackle by Lem Grayson, because there's an opportunity if he got by him with a lot of open space down that sideline.
No doubt. No doubt. Hamilton's going to have the athletic advantage in this game.
Interesting 3rd and 6 here. I wouldn't be all opposed to running the ball here, getting 3 yards and going for it on 4th down, kind of cutting it up. And
Dan, I'm thinking the same thing. You got two
with the
plays
defense you
here.
saw
yeah,
from Hamilton
you
before.
can trust your defense.
Yeah.
If they can play that well the rest of the night. 3rd and 6. And a 3-step drop and a high throw over the hands of Jordan Bryant. He had him
too. He had him for the first down. He had one-on-one coverage down at the bottom of the screen.
And Jordan
just couldn't quite hit him.
Jordan Bryant is 6'3" and can sky, so that was a definite overthrow.
That looked like a Ham Newton radio ball, folks. Circa 2017.
I think McLean just needs to take a deep breath, calm down a little bit, because they're there. The ball was on target in terms of, where it was supposed to be, but just too high. So he just needs to get a little more comfortable with it. He's still too juiced up right now.
I was going to say, Jeff, I was going to ask you, but you kind of answered the question. Does this appear to be like this is my first start type of throw?
Because even the great catch on the first down play to start the drive was a little high, but a great catch.
The fair catch is brought in, not against the sun, and that appears to be number 2, LT King back there. No Declan Brown on the field for that play. Obviously, after the game, we can't really get much news about injuries during the game unless maybe Chris Vogt comes up at halftime and tells us something about that.
Well, let's see if Badin can change their offense scheme for this series, because their first series definitely didn't work for them.
1st down and 10. Badin in this famous shotgun formation. They've been running this virtually almost every play since this 3rd game of 2019. A shotgun snap, and there's no line play at all. There's a sack. Hamilton in the backfield for Big Blue. That looks like Travion Bailey. And again, Badin's offense moving 10 yards backwards on the first play from scrimmage.
And Jeff, I think you made a great point earlier saying how important that kickoff return for Badin for the touchdown is proving to be, because these defenses are stout tonight.
Badin has run 4 plays on offense. 3 of them have gone for negative 30 yards, and the other one has gone for 1 yard. 75% of Badin's plays have gone for negative 10 yards or more.
That's being dominated at the line. And Hamlin's only sending the 3
Oh,
man
my
line.
goodness.
Blown
Another
up.
big hit.
He actually held on to the ball, which is going to cost him 2 more yards. He'd been better off dropping it.
These guys are just flying around. They're seeking and destroying right now. Hamilton, the defense is saying, look, offense, you're young. You'll figure it out. We've got you until then.
Yeah.
Very good. That's a great way of putting it. We'll carry you guys. The defense says we'll carry this team.
I'll tell you, Badin's better hand this ball off right now because the last thing you want is a safety or a sack fumble TD.
Yeah. Or another injury.
Or another
like
injury.
Declan Brown
I think I'd
last
hand
time.
it off and just get out of there with the punt at this point.
I say punt it now.
3rd down punt is not a
bad
horrible thing.
No, it's not.
When you're being dominated in the trenches.
3rd and 23, guys.
Could just throw a fade and hope and pray.
We have a timeout.
You could also burn a timeout and then throw a fade and open pray. Not ideal for Yordy's offense. This is an absolute mismatch. You're watching this game, you're looking at the score, and you're seeing it 7-0. It doesn't look like a 7-0 game, not in the direction the score is right now.
No, if it's based on yardage, Big Blue is winning the game handily. I'm talking trench yards.
It's 3rd and 23 right now.
And it was 3rd and 34 last time.
It was 4th and 33 last time. So they have negative 36 yards of offense so far.
Oh my gosh.
But they're up 7-0.
But they're up 7-0.
The 97 yards, that'll put them in the
kickoff
plus.
return.
Yeah,
That's right.
give them the special teams yards, Jeff. It'll make it look a little bit better.
Only problem for Badin is the only way you get another kickoff return is by letting Hamilton score.
Yeah, that's not how you want to. Do you want to trade the field goals to get the kickoff return
That
opportunity?
coin toss was critical.
And they won't have Declan Brown as a decoy out there either, it looks like.
I'm calling a Grayson run up the middle here.
I would think so.
It's a smart play, but
It's not going to do anything, but it'll.
Get 40 seconds off the clock and then punt.
Oh.
We can't. Badin can't even pitch this ball. I mean, Hamilton's defense, man, they are studs on that D-line. Once again, that's Travion Bailey back there disrupting things and making a general nuisance of himself.
Honestly, it almost looks like Hamilton knows the play that Badin is going to play before they do it.
The question is, do you go after the punt here or do you set it for a return to get good field position?
I would not want to. Well,
that's a great question.
There's not an automatic first down for a 15-yard penalty.
I'd go after
So roughing the punter is not going to be as devastating on 4th down and 34.
High snap.
Saycash gets it out of there.
What a kick.
Angles it.
It's
going to be fielded. Very nice field there by Hamilton High.
That was a great field, Joel, because if he doesn't
kept
field
rolling.
that, 30 yards. Yep.
Absolutely would have kept rolling. And let's give a shout out to that man, Elijah Jones, again. Good little scoop up, looking into the sun, as you said, Jeff. Not a lot of high school stadiums laid out in a north-south orientation.
It is interesting.
I guess west-east orientation
West-east,
would
yeah.
be. Yeah, it's west-east.
Now,
Yeah,
Hamilton got some stuff going on their last drive.
Right.
This drive, if they can pick up another 2 first downs or so, they're into field goal range.
That's right.
And that could be really big for them to start to get some points and just to get some confidence in what they're doing on offense.
1st down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hamilton now gaining the field position they so desperately crave. As the young quarterback tries to throw it off his back foot, defender slips. That was Rocco Milazzo in coverage. The ball is caught by Jordan Bryant, but he had to fall down to his knees to catch it. So a lot of missed opportunities on all fronts, defensively and offensively, on that play.
And ultimately, it's a 6-yard gain.
Hamilton will take that.
And they're not afraid to throw the ball with Jaden McClain right now at this point, which is kind of a difference from what Arvey has done in the past. He's airing out and he's telling Badin, we can throw it. This is something new you haven't seen.
Second down and 4. Man in motion for the Big Blue. The waning moments of the first quarter, a handoff straight up the middle. Great blocking for Hamilton's offensive line as Andre Bailey is not touched until 6 yards upfield. That's enough for a Hamilton first down.
And what patience by Bailey. Did you see Bailey wait for the block, bounce left, bounce right, and take what was given to him?
And he had that opportunity to do that due to the front line of Hamilton blowing open the hole. And once again, a linebacker for Badin, Pate with the tackle. We're going to be saying linebackers.
Bell.
Very Bell-like run. I agree.
I think we're going to be calling Pate, Albrink, and Owens all night long getting tackles.
Badin's trio of linebackers need to be heroic tonight against Hamilton High. Slam pattern tipped in the air, almost intercepted. Lem Grayson had it hit him as he was falling backwards against his body. That was a opportunity for Badin's defense to at least get off the field.
Yeah, Hamilton was fortunate there. That was not picked.
And interesting, Arvey's throwing the ball a lot on first down, which is not something Hamilton has done, well, in 3 years since Arvey's been here.
Well, I like the play calls. It's very unpredictable. Sometimes you got to fool the other team, not necessarily grind against them.
But at some point in time, they might just go ahead and say the heck with it. Let's just run the ball.
Right.
McLean going to take the snap in the second. Here's Elijah Jones goes in motion. A rollout left. Looking for the out route there to Jones. Clearly that is his favorite target and wrapped up by Rocco Milazzo. And he's going to be short of the sticks. It's going to be a third down with quite a bit of meat still left on that bone.
By the way, if your name is Rocco Milazzo, you better be playing linebacker.
Oh my goodness. Great Italian-American name.
Love that name.
Oh, he could be a great boxer also.
Looks like the clock is currently stopped because the tackle was made out of bounds. So we're going to have a third down and 6 on the play. And we'll see what Hamilton wants to run here too. And again, Dan, I don't know how good the kicker is for Hamilton, but maybe you have 2 chances to get this. Maybe you run the ball here to see what you can get.
Yep.
Here's a snap. It's going to be a quarterback draw.
Works great.
And
nice
McLean's
tackle.
going to be near the first down marker. He's going to run right into the waiting arms of Lem Grayson. It's going to be about a yard short. Arvey Crouch has a pretty easy decision, I think, to make here, right?
Oh, they're going for it.
They're going for it. With that big beef up line, you're going to tell Badin, you've got a chance to stop us. You know what we're going to do. It's our bigs against your bigs.
Let's watch Badin's alignment here. See if they stack the front with 7 or 8 guys.
Let's see if Hamilton's
daring them.
Let's see if Hamilton's comfortable taking something under center. The old Terry Malone power T.
And it worked.
And just enough for a first down. Badin unable to wrap him up in time. Arvey Crouch throwing a little bit of a nod to Badin's all-time winningest coach there, because Badin ran that formation for years and years and years under the 46-year reign of Coach Terry Malone.
You know, and this is the one thing Badin didn't want, is sustained drives from Hamilton to be wearing their guys out on the defensive side of the ball.
We have reached the end of the first quarter. A first quarter where Hamilton has led in everything there can be led in other than a kickoff return. And the Badin Rams somehow are smiling 7-0 on the scoreboard as they're holding on for dear life early in this one.
Yeah, I think this is almost what we kind of expected to a certain extent. Big plays by the defense, but we did not expect the kickoff return touchdown.
No.
That clearly is a difference. We talk about it all the time. Those kinds of plays, you know, are the ones that are game changers, or the ones that kind of turn it, especially for Badin when they don't want to get into a slugfest with Hamilton. And right now, it's kind of what we're seeing.
Yes.
When we see Badin with the ball, we've seen the slugging has been Hamilton taking those swings.
Sure, and Badin, the success on the kickoff return was kind of a little fake return, and so maybe Badin can throw a little trick play in there because their offense is just not clicking. Hamilton High is dominating on defense right now.
And by the way, on the T-shirt cannon down there, that is Andrea Blevins, the new superintendent of Hamilton City Schools. We're going to talk to her at halftime about the things that are going on. But how many superintendents you see out there working the T-shirt cannon? Okay, can we get it up to here? Should we open the door? Ask for one. Maybe we can get her to shoot one up here.
Yeah, she got to tip that arch up a little higher. Whether they're going to run to the other end here.
I think they all forgot they got to go to the other end.
Yeah.
They got to go,
They're
guys.
all still down there at the west end zone.
This is a big chance, though, for Badin. Hamilton's kicker, 3 of 6 last year on field goals. Solid kicker, Connor Stevens. But you want to force him to take that chance. And if you hold him to 3 even here, you're feeling pretty good.
Yes.
Considering what Hamilton is doing to you right now.
Problem for Badin is it's now a new set of downs after the 4th down conversion. So it'll start 1st and 10 for Big Blue. And
at least they did get that quarter break, and that gives them a chance to take a breather. That might be helpful for Badin, at least in this regard.
We wondered in the pregame the matchup of Badin's offensive line against Badin's defensive line against Hamilton's offensive line. The other has been actually the mismatch. It's been Hamilton's defensive line against Badin's offensive line that has caused massive problems for the Badin Rams in the first quarter of this game.
Well, this has been a good drive for the Big Blue, too. They've marched down the field, got several first downs, so their offensive line is starting to dominate also.
Both of these teams went 9-3 last year overall, 8-2 both in the regular season.
There's the big hole.
That is to Andre Bailey. And the other thing to keep an eye out for, Jeff,
Pate with the tackle,
is as the game goes on, is there a cumulative wearing down of
there
the
would have
Badin
to
team?
be. I mean, I know They're high school kids. They're not like us old guys. We were out real quick. They're younger, but after a while, when you take that many hits repeatedly, come the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, you really start to feel it.
Each team has taken one timeout so far. 2nd down and 5. High snap. Handoff again to Andre Bailey. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he's down at the 1.
Great effort.
I'll tell you what, Lem Grayson has been everywhere too, and he's made 3 tackles now that have saved a touchdown.
Saved a touchdown
for
in
now.
the moment. I think it might be prolonged to the touchdown. We'll see what Hamilton's
I think we're going to see a little power run to Andre Bailey here.
And a no-huddle formation as well. They're moving up the tempo. They don't want to let Badin even catch their breath on defense here. Bailey is going to take this handoff. And he's blitzed up the middle and brought down Badin's number 33, Trent Owens, making the tackle. So again, prolonging this drive. Badin's defense so far kept him out of the end zone.
That is that trio of terror we're talking about as the linebackers, Alex Pate, Alex Albrink, and Trent Owens. There were a couple tackles so far on this drive as well. And what a great play, shooting the gap, recognizing it, and wrapping and taking him down.
2nd down and goal. Here's your power T formation. Bailey again. Bounces in. Touchdown. Big Blue. Hamilton's first score of the season comes early in the 2nd quarter and well earned.
Absolutely. That's the drive Hamilton wanted. Because they would take a quick hit touchdown, but I think they'd actually prefer to wear Badin down in a drive like that, chip away, wear him out, get the 6 on the board, and kind of wear him down. We saw Lem Grayson play every single play on that defensive drive too. What's he going to be able to do on offense as the game wears on?
That's true. He's got to be in shape.
The extra point for Hamilton. Big boot for Connor Stevens. It's good, and we are all knotted up at 7.
This next drive is going to be real key for Badin. I know I sound like a broken record here, but in a game like this, you have to respond.
Jeff, you're right. I mean, the first 2 offensive series for Badin have been an unmitigated disaster.
That's a good way to put it. Negative 36 yards.
They have to, start the first play and get 4 or 5 yards. And if you have to mix it up a little bit with some kind of a trickeration, then so be it. But this run up the middle and really everything is causing
an unmitigated disaster, and I'll throw one more piece on top of that, courtesy of Chris Vogt down on the sideline.
Yes.
Declan Brown family says Declan may be done for the day. He's iced up, sitting on the trainer's table, likely to get looked at after the game. That is not ideal for the Badin Rams.
But he said for the day, so he didn't say for the season. Thank goodness.
It might be early to know that.
Yes.
What my concern would be if I'm a Badin fan would be that.
Let's hope it's a sprain or something like that.
Exactly.
And that's a big loss because he's one of their best receivers and he plays on special teams.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big loss for this Badin Rams team.
Badin needs every athlete they can get against a matchup this tough.
Absolutely, without doubt.
And the kickoff for the Big Blue, Connor Stevens.
All right.
There is nothing about this game to make you think that Badin should be tied right now.
No. But here comes Badin's best play of the game.
They're going to have a chance.
Now, if
Kickoff
Hamilton can kick it in the end zone, you know darn well the coach said to do it.
Brink and Grayson back
I wouldn't
there
be
to
surprised either to see kind of like a squib kind of kickoff.
No, they're going deep to Grayson.
Boomed
Grayson's
in the end zone.
Not going to get to
There you
return
go.
that.
That's the kick they were looking for.
And so the gentlemen from New London Road will take their first offensive possession of the 2nd quarter, going into the sun on a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
When does the road just become London Road? How long is it going to be new?
New?
Yeah.
Been new for a bit, right?
Yeah, it's like
Since
the comedian.
1966, says the Badin faithful.
It's like the comedian that said, the Bible, you have the Old Testament and the New Testament. When is it going to just be the Old Testament and the Old Testament? That's the question.
Jeff, these are the deep things we pontificate together when we're together on the Report Ohio's coverage of high school football.
I wasn't sure which one of you was the comedian. Now I know. I might be neither of you.
It might be my dad. Exactly.
We like dry humor.
We do. Hand off to Grayson, looking for a positive gain.
And he got a yard.
It's not a negative gain. We'll take that for Badin, right?
About a half a yard gain, maybe a full yard.
Yeah, Hamilton's defense has come to play today, and they're eating Ram for lunch.
2 feet, about a 2 feet gain. Round up to a yard.
Round up.
Notice that they ran wide on that play. They didn't want to go straight up the middle. So
great point.
They're going to probably try and throw sideline passes here. They got a slot right here. See a little quick pass to the right.
2nd down and 9 for the Rams.
Interesting formation. Nobody out to the left. and kind of like a H-back on the right side for Badin.
I think they got a tight end maybe. Yeah, exactly. Handoff up the middle.
There it goes. There it
And
is.
there's a broken tackle. Rocco Milazzo. Across
Interesting.
midfield, the first genuinely strong play for the Badin offense, and a flag at the end. We'll see who was undisciplined over there at the Badin sideline.
Milazzo looks a little bit angry, so I think something might have been done to him. We'll see if I'm right.
There's a 35 or so, 34-yard gain on the play.
And
Wait
the
a
referees will have to chat about what the extracurriculars were.
Coach Crouch is down
They're
there
going back
saying,
the other way. It
yeah,
looks like
Crouch
it's
is
on Badin.
saying push him back.
I saw a Hamilton player go flying at the end of the play.
Okay.
I'm going to presume that's what
Somebody
it was.
blocking late on the Badin sideline after the play was already
So this will
done.
be a post-possession late hit or personal foul.
Yes. So the 34-yard gain becomes a first down, but really a 19-yard play.
There you
Correct.
go.
19-yard net. 34-yard run, 19-yard net.
And our screen is down here,
We
gentlemen,
lost our screen.
Result of that play was a first down.
as we're trying to poke it through.
There
we
we
go.
go.
We got our screen back.
Some adjustment by the cameraman.
So you're right, Jeff. You did your math well. It is a 19-yard net gain. So post-possession, personal foul on Badin. We'll
But
never
still
know
first
what it
and 10.
was.
But, you know, that's still the play Badin has been desperately needing.
Oh,
They did
man.
not have in the first quarter. That is a big play for Badin no matter how you slice
do you
it.
think giving the ball to Rocco there kind of surprised them? You
Yes.
think?
I think
okay.
they weren't looking
Everyone's
for that.
looking for Grayson, and there's Grayson up the middle there.
And that's Grayson's best run of the night.
5 yards.
There you go.
I think Badin's starting to get to filling up what they need to do, starting to fill out what their flow needs to be, how they need to block. Because if you just, I think, line up and block straight up and down
Right.
against Hamilton, you're going to lose. If you start to do some counters, start to do some traps, start to doing some diagonal blocking, I
Yes.
think you can get them off, get Hamilton off balance and find some gaps. Because Grayson Lem is a very smart, experienced runner. If you give him a hole, he can find it.
That's a good point about the scheme going diagonally, not just straight ahead. Because Hamilton was just busting through the middle,
Handoff up the middle.
like that play.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
Not much there against Hamilton's interior defensive line. That appears to be Milazzo, the ball carrier there, as Badin rotating some running backs.
No gain.
Eckley Bridges coming through and making that tackle, the Kent State commit.
Couple of prize fighters kind of feeling each other out early here.
Has Badin thrown the ball to a wide receiver in this game? I don't remember.
I
don't think so.
am trying to remember myself.
Yes, they did. They caught it for a 6-yard loss, I think, or a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, that's right. Broke
Down
the tackle
here,
and ran
and yes.
backwards. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what they do here.
3rd down and 5.
They
for
need
the
some
Rams.
blocking up front.
I think it's coming down to us down here.
There's Lem Grayson.
Wow, that is
Hamilton
not
knew it.
That is
Look
not
at
a play you can run against this Hamilton team.
Well, it almost looked like a backward pass, like if Grayson would have had more time, he might have been throwing it himself. And now Grayson is shaken up a little bit.
I kind of thought that too, but he never once hesitated to look to throw.
He did.
But I thought the same
The
thing.
setup was there.
I thought, now maybe they're setting up for something later in the game.
Is that something they want to see on film to see
Yes.
at halftime? Is this going to be open or not?
Yes, they're going to look and see what did the DBs do, because he didn't even hesitate. Because I thought the same thing you did. Is this going to be a double pass?
Jordan Kreider was running down the sideline deep for Badin on that route. They had a receiver out there. Say Cash.
He's got a big leg.
He does have a big leg. Kicking into the sun.
Das Boot.
Boom. And it's going to be bouncing around the 22. Fielded on a hop by Elijah Jones. Jones going to be wrapped up and brought down there.
Picked up about 10 yards on that return from the 16 up to about the 26.
Jones looks very smooth running the ball, doesn't he?
Yes,
He's
he
fast,
does.
but he doesn't look like he's fast.
Logan Carwish wrapping him up on the tackle there, number 44 for the Rams.
Well, here we go, guys. 7-7. We're almost midway through the second quarter. How do you think this is going to go here? You think Badin can stop him, or you think Hamilton's going to keep imposing their will on these drives?
Well, Hayden, Hamilton last drive, they didn't exactly have any big busting plays.
Right.
So, one slip up and they go 3 and out. So I don't know yet.
Okay.
Matt, it's a great question. It's
2 men in motion. Is that a penalty? Looks like a timeout because I think Hamilton recognized it was going to be.
Very good, Joel.
I'll put it this way, if it
This
wasn't
isn't Canadian football, is it?
if it wasn't a penalty, they were going to run the wrong play because somebody was in the wrong position. Hamilton would rather take the timeout rather than run a bad play at this end of the field.
Folks, fall of 1999, I get called to the Badin Development Office. I'm a freshman at Badin High School. They say they want, there's a group called TV Hamilton. It's going to be putting this Badin-Hamilton Week 10 game on television, on a delay. They had to edit it, of course. They want my help. Okay, so I'm going to get to go, and I get to be a spotter. Now, I'd always wanted to be a sports broadcaster. I had no idea I was not going to be wearing the headset that night. I come there and meet Terry Bridge, and they had a couple other guys with headsets on, and I'm just there to basically hold a Badin roster and go, boom, there's the tackle, boom, there's the tackle, off the microphone. First night I ever met Steve Caldwell, Jack Armstrong, and all the crew. Started up a years-long relationship where we ended up every 4th of July spending together filming 4th of July parades and things like that. And what an honor for TV Hamilton's very first broadcast that's going to have live announcers. What is this, 26 years later?
Wow.
And here we are, and I get to do the play-by-play. This is sweet as heck, Steve Caldwell. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. This is 26 years in the making, I suppose. Elijah Jones catches it, breaks one tackle, wrapped up and forced out of bounds.
Nice hard running after the catch.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like Badenham wrapped up for no gain. He ends up picking up about 2 or 3 yards on that play. It'd be good. I think McLean needs to really kind of whip that out a little faster.
Yeah.
It looks like he's kind of like picking it, like he's not fully confident yet. That will come with time.
As Joe Nuxall said, he's aiming the ball.
That's exactly what he did.
He's not throwing the
ball. You can see him do it because he's still feeling out what he can do, his skill, because he overthrew a couple in the first quarter. So I think he's just starting to get into a comfort zone.
I agree.
2nd down and 7 for the Big Blue. There's a snap and a handoff up the middle, and once again that is the star running back Andre Bailey, the senior. Excited to get a lot more reps this year now that the depth chart is cleared up above him. 3rd down and 5.
That was a good play by the Badin defensive line there. They actually held their own down there. The linebacker didn't have to come up and assist on the tackle.
This is a really big play for Baden's defense
really
to try and get
is.
off the field because they do not want to do another 3 set of plays after this if they give up a first down.
Absolutely.
It's all about clock management. You'll hear that a lot from us, Jeff.
Oh, we love clock management, Jeff. we think
we're obsessive about it.
It's the 2nd quarter, and we're talking about the clock already.
Oh, don't get me started on NFL coaches and timeouts.
Oh, my gosh. They don't understand, do they?
No.
Blitz coming. Man coverage to the outside. Deep throw. Intended. Trying to look for the Hamilton receiver's number there. Looks like that's number 4. Jordan Bryant there. Rocco Milazzo in good man coverage. As Kreider, the safety, unable to get there in time, but Milazzo breaks it up just enough. And Baden's defense has their precious hold, just like they wanted, Jeff.
And that you know what, that's not a bad play for Hamilton because it tells Baden, we're going to do this now. Baden has to honor that.
Yes, and he can throw the ball deep,
yes,
and he did a great job with that. And
he gave his receiver a 50-50 opportunity. Just a great play by Rocco out there.
Coach Crouch was kind of asking or lobbying for the PI there, or the defensive holding. Nice. Goodness.
He shanked it. This
Bad
is a chance
punt.
for Baden to scoop.
I don't know if they want to touch this ball.
Did he touch it?
I really don't know that they want to touch this ball.
Okay.
You're right, Jeff. It is a chance for Baden to scoop. He held up.
Smarter not to.
But if you don't
I like
get
your
it cleanly,
aggressiveness, Jeff. I like it.
If you don't get it cleanly, you waste all that goodwill.
Look, I'm just looking at what the defense from Hamilton has done too.
It's true.
Sometimes you may want to
That might
gamble.
be your best chance.
Yeah,
Well, Jeff, you're saying the special teams for Baden is where it's at. So
it.
scoop that ball and run.
I'm almost thinking it might be worth a gamble, but especially that close to sideline, because if you boot it, you might just boot it out of bounds.
Well, Baden is going to have the ball at the 34-yard line going in. This is dream field position if Baden's offense can do anything with it. They've done precious little in their opportunities so far this game, but now with the short field and a little bit of momentum, we'll see if they can get things going. Lem Grayson goes in motion to the other side. They're going to hand it off to the left side of the line, trying to run behind big number 64 there, Chance Rutherford, but he's not big compared to Hamilton's defense. 2nd and 7.
You mentioned a good opportunity. Baden traditionally has had a pretty good kicking game. They usually have good kickers, so if they can pick up a first down here, they might even just be in field goal range. And in a game like this, a field goal could be the difference.
Very good. Plus, I think if Baden does get a couple runs in here, we're talking clock management, they might, even if they have to give up the ball, Hamilton's only going to have a couple minutes with the ball before the half.
Screen is down, so we'll try to radio broadcast this as Steve tries to bring the screen back. There it is. It's back up. All right, we have a 2nd down and 7. Hand off to Grayson up the middle.
Nice. Oh, great hard effort.
Beautiful run.
Wow.
And he's got a first down.
Good run, good
I
effort.
thought he'd be a yard short, but, man, he got it.
And a really good job of picking his way through there. That's the experience of a senior who's had a lot of carries, has been on varsity for pretty much his entire life.
Boys, he's tired.
Yeah, he looks. Did you see him come off and take his helmet off?
Got the helmet off.
He's gassed.
He is gassed.
They are working him hard. Here's the other thing, too, for Badin. They would love to score here if they can. They'd also love to bleed the last 5 minutes off this clock, or as much as they can of it.
That's right.
To limit their exposure on the defensive end. They can go up with the lead at halftime after the way that first quarter nightmarishly went for their offense. They'd be thrilled. Rocco Milazzo with a jump cut, taking it back the other way. Nearly slipped and fell, but instead carved 6 yards on that gain.
Very shifty run there. Very nice.
If I try and make that cut, you guys are taking me to the hospital. My knee would not survive that.
MCL, ACL tear.
MCL, ACL, PCL, QCL, ZCL, they're all gone.
In the GCL.
In the GCL, that's right. Looks like Davion Kroom with the tackle there. Those are O's, not E's. My eyes are getting older, Dan. Look out.
Oh, I know.
Look out.
I went to the eye doctor today.
My goodness. Which was better, one or two?
Neither.
It's 2 for the Rams now. Second down. Handoff to Grayson. Comes right back into the field after his breather. He doesn't get a breather for long. Badin can't afford to let him have a breather for long.
Oh, boy, this is a big call here, 3rd and 2. If you throw the ball, you risk getting sacked. You risk getting knocked out of field goal range. If you run the ball, it's the more predictable thing to do. So Hamilton's going to key on the run. It's a huge play.
I happen to notice that last run also centered up the ball, though, for a potential kick.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin that either. And here is the other question, too.
Badin's
You got sophomore kicker Gabe Mayahara kicking extra points. Would they have him this far deep? Would they even put Saycash in there?
Yes.
It's a 34-yard field goal with where it sits right now.
3rd and 3.
Timeout Yordi and the Rams.
It's an important play. You better get it right.
That's right. Both teams have burned 2 of them now. Only 1 timeout left apiece. 3:29 remaining in the second quarter of play.
Coach Yordi knows exactly what he's doing with that clock. There was 2 seconds to go, and he saved the delay of game penalty. Plus, he bled the clock as long as he could.
38 seconds off.
Yep.
If you are these coaches, both coaches, I feel like they're both happy and they're both mad. Like, they're both happy with where the game is to a certain extent because Hamilton is hanging with them, with their young guys.
Right.
Badin's happy because they've taken the punches from Hamilton and they're still tied. But both coaches are probably going, we missed some opportunities too. So I think right now, what do you think? I'm almost thinking they're almost conflicted.
I'm thinking that Badin is more grateful
Yes.
than Hamilton right now.
Yes.
The way this game has gone with the domination at the lines, Hamilton ought to be up by 21 points right now.
Well, I think Hamilton's special teams have let them down, and Badin's have kept them in the game.
Yes.
The bad punt there or snap, I'm not going to blame that on the punter because the snap wasn't the greatest, and he shanked it.
They've had
as a
trouble with
result.
a couple of punting snaps
Yes.
tonight. And, of
So,
course, the kickoff return.
It shows you the special teams are important.
Absolutely. And Badin has not gone away. They're digging in tight. Handoff to Milazzo.
There you go.
No room. And now we're going to find out what Yordi wants to do with this whole field goal idea.
He's got to be kicking this. There's no way you're not. Against
I don't
that
think
defense,
he is. I don't think he
go?
is. No, I don't think.
Well, you got a sophomore kicker.
Here he comes. You look, against that Hamilton defense, it's 4th and 4, 4th and 5. You're centered up. It's a 35-yard field goal from right here. You got to kick it and take your chances.
Hey, Danny, give me Gabe Mayahara's career numbers from last season.
1 for 1, 1 extra point.
That's it.
That's it.
Because his brother was a kicker last year.
1 for 1 as the extra point.
Okay,
this is his first career field goal attempt from 35. It is centered. We'll see if he's got the leg for it. It's up.
He's got it.
Bam.
Wow.
And good.
Good
The
from
Badin
45.
Rams have retaken the lead. Again, Dan, good call on that. It's the special teams that has kept them around in this game.
A bad punt from Hamilton. Badin made the smart play on that. And then the kickoff return. That's it. Badin's offense has really not gone much of anywhere.
Right.
But they haven't needed to at this
And
point.
they're winning the game.
And they're winning the game.
I have heard it said.
So grateful is the best word for
Grateful
Badin.
indeed.
You nailed that.
I have heard it said that traditionally in football, there's 3 phases of the game: the offense, the defense, and the special teams. And the team that can at least win 2 out of 3 phases ends up winning the game. Badin is only winning 1 phase of the game right now.
And they're winning the game.
But they're leading because they're winning that 1 phase
They're winning
by
by a
that
lot.
large of a margin.
Yes.
Yes, they're
And
dominating.
it's made the difference. The kickoff return, the bad punt on the bad snap on the for Hamilton.
And then the clean
field
field goal.
The clean field goal from 35 out for a guy that had never attempted one before in a game.
I think sometimes people, too, were like, oh, it's only a 35-yard field goal. Man, it's high school
There's
football.
No only
There's
for
no
35
only.
yards.
In high school, there is no only.
And
None
Jeff,
of us is kicking a 35-yarder out there.
He can make a 45. Now we know.
Now we know.
That cleared it easily.
And he's only a sophomore. He's going to get some leg strength. He's, 5'10" and 155 pounds.
I bet he plays soccer.
That might have
just a hunch.
That might have been soaking wet, too.
He is a soccer player. There you go.
Saycash is doing the kickoffs here, and
Hamilton doesn't get a lot of time on this drive, but they should have enough with stoppages for the first down to make something happen.
And this is going to be fielded at the 1, so it's going to be returnable for Hamilton High.
Interesting.
And they're going to get out to the 20, maybe 21-yard line.
Jordan Bryant with the return for
as Jordan Bryant is wrapped up. Not a lot of room there. And
so
Baden
you said interesting on that kickoff. You were thinking, Jeff, you should have probably let that ball go.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking he wanted to save a little bit of the clock.
Sure.
And he was pinned on him, too. If it's in the middle of the field, I think there's more space to work with.
I agree.
You can break one. But I also don't mind a kid taking a shot.
I thought it was interesting because he had 1 foot on the goal line. I did not know if he would, because by high school rule, if it crosses the goal line in the air, it's a touchback and blown dead.
Yes.
We got a Hamilton player down now on the field. That is number 28. That's Deacon Wilson coming off there for the Big Blue.
That is their backup running back.
Okay.
Very good.
First down and 10. Dan, I know you and I always like to do a little uniform talking up. We talk about how Badin's got the Pittsburgh Steelers thing going on with the numbers just on one side of the helmet.
Yes.
Hamilton High here on the left side of the helmet has the traditional star of the Dallas Cowboys, and your boy Nick is a Cowboys fan.
Yes, he is. And back in the day, he loved the Cowboys early on, and we came to Big Blue games here. Or we actually came when Badin played home games here. They had a big star at the 50, and Nicholas in his confused state said, "We're seeing the Cowboys, Dad. We're seeing the Cowboys." He loved it.
Oh, yeah. But Hamilton only has the star, I think, on the left side of their helmet. I think it says Big Blue on the opposite
other side.
So
okay.
Both teams have non-symmetrical helmets that they're wearing tonight.
Between them, they have one complete helmet.
Every time I go to Hamilton High football practice and I have to shoot video, I have to make sure to get on the correct side so I can get the Big Blue.
Okay, you don't like the star?
It's fine, but the Big Blue stands out a little bit more.
Okay. He's not a Cowboys fan apparently. Much like the Eagles.
Most people aren't.
Maybe he likes the Giants.
They are America's team, but they're hated around here.
They're the America's hated team.
America's hated team. Shotgun formation there for Jaden McLean. And he's going to go ahead and tuck it and run. He's got
nice
one man
move.
to beat, and that's Pate. Bounces outside after breaking Pate's tackle. Bumped out of bounds there by Will Franchini, but he's going to have plenty of room.
Yeah, he broke Pate's ankles there. He put the move on him.
That's enough for a first down.
I think you said earlier, Jeff, that first down. I thought you said earlier, Jeff, they don't necessarily want the quarterback to run, but they wish he would a little bit.
Yeah,
that was an example.
Back. So that was a design play. He will run a design play. He doesn't like to run a lot when he drops back to pass.
Nice. Oh, nice catch.
Good catch.
Again, a better catch than a throw. Elijah Jones. McLean is just a little amped.
Just a little bit. He's got to bring that down, but he's a junior in his first game.
That's right.
He's making things happen. I think he'll calm down in the second quarter. And that ball just had a little bit too much zip.
Also, don't underestimate the importance of running out of bounds on the first running play. That saved the clock. Now the clock is running, and we're looking longer now for McLean. He's got Milazzo in coverage on Jones.
Oh!
Jones, no flag on the play. Oh, boy.
No flag there.
No flag there either. Little extra.
Kind of shoved him, and he's I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
He was going after the football.
Okay.
Football went far, far away. Looks like a injured player back at the line of scrimmage. We'll see. It's a Badin Ram. See if we can catch a number on that. And again, early first game of the season, you're hoping it's cramp and not something worse than this.
Is that 36?
Yeah, that's Alex Albrink, one of their linebackers we were talking about earlier. That's down for the Rams. Injuries. And again, Badin is giving up a lot of size in a game like this.
And those linebackers are going to be so key to fill the holes, to play downfield, to help out that defensive line against this Hamilton offensive line. So he's a guy they really need, a guy that's going to be key for them. Also interesting on that play that they just went in and took a shot. It wasn't even open. They just chucked it down to see what would happen.
Right.
They've done that a couple times. interesting play call when you've got on first down, when you're thinking you may want to try and pick up 5 yards, 10 yards to kind of, move that offense incrementally down the field. So, interesting shot to take.
Well, in high school pass interference, conversely, if you're Badin, it's only 15
yards.
Right. So, you interfere way down the field there, and I don't think he interfered with the player. The player wasn't happy that he didn't catch the ball.
I mean,
but
when down in high school, tackle the guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's
right.
Hamilton fans that are listening, I know we're on TV Hamilton. I'm going to share with you a story out of Badin lore. It feels like the, Darth Sidious here saying, you won't learn this power from a Jedi, right? As we got another man being limped off, not putting pressure on his leg. This is not great for Badin here.
Gee-many.
Dave Worth took over this team when Terry Malone finally retired after 46 years, and he brought with it a spread offense. Badin had never heard of a wide receiver before. And they played Purcell Marion on this exact field. I think it was grass at the time, but here at this stadium. And the game went into double overtime with a score of 0-0.
Oh, my gosh.
Because Dave Worth wanted to throw the ball, and they just couldn't throw it. They didn't line up correctly. The offense, they were so much stronger at every position than Purcell Marion. They could dominate them. And Purcell Marion, conversely, they had the negative 30-yard offensive drives, and they were punting on third down. The game eventually ended when they went to double overtime. Badin's defense again stopped Purcell Marion from scoring. And finally, Dave Worth said the heck with it and lined them up in a power T and just basically Terry Malone them into the end zone and won 6-0 in double overtime that day.
Wow.
Yeah. I would think not now because there's only 2 minutes left to go in the half, but I would keep that in the back pocket for the second half of this game.
Oh.
And Johnny on the spot is Jordan Bryant as Andre Bailey coughs that thing up. Bryant saves the drive for the Big Blue as the clock now continues to run. Less than 2 minutes now left to go in the half.
What about a timeout for Badin here?
They only got one left, and honestly, Dan,
what?
If I'm Badin and I can be leading at halftime, I don't know that I want the ball back.
Okay. I think you want to see if you stop them on a run on this play, then I think you call the timeout.
Well, yeah, I was trying.
If not, then
yeah.
Well, here's the question.
Hamilton's not in any hurry right now.
No, I think Hamilton's going to take a shot downfield and pray.
And then what would Hamilton's punt look like as well? That's been an adventure, too, tonight.
That's true.
Badin would basically rely on a special teams player, nothing, I think, here. Scrambling, looking down the field. He's got a man. It's high. It's caught. And that is once again Jordan Bryant.
And he got out of bounds.
Saving his quarterback on another high throw. But he came down with it. He had time. He had room.
A nice read, by the way, by Jaden McClain to find that receiver in the intermediary. He was looking deep, saw him coming across the middle. A great read by McClain. Just needs to bring that throw down a little bit, but a great find from the young quarterback.
And let me give McClain a little credit, too, because I know I've been a little hard on him today. He extended the play by rolling out as well. That's why Bryant was able to get open. Slant pattern.
That's a perfect throw.
First down. Caught and brought down. Elijah Jones and another Ram on the field. That's Jordan Kreider, the safety that made the tackle as Lem Grayson was actually beat on that slant route.
And that was a perfect throw directly on the numbers, hit the receiver in stride, and once again picks up the 10 yards and gives him another first down and kills the clock.
Jordan Kreider
couldn't
is
ask
down.
for anything better, could you?
And now we got another injury. We've had 2 injuries for Badin already tonight where they've been hobbling off the field. This is the downside of playing Hamilton, and especially in week 1, is you're just smaller than them.
Is he cramping up? We see we got the stretch out there. We got that leg stretch.
That's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. But yes,
a little Gatorade and get him back in.
With 1 minute and 6 left, Hamilton's got to be thinking if they can kick a field goal, great. If they can punch into the end zone with this little bit of time left, even better for Big Blue. And I got to be thinking if I'm R.V. Crouch, second half, I know you've been mixing and matching the offense. Why not just line up in that power T?
Yeah.
See if Badin can stop it. You've had success getting 3 and 4 yards of carry on that thing. Pound Andre Bailey through that undersized defensive line and say, somebody stop me.
Makes sense to me, Joel.
Try to see if I can figure out from joeidle.com what year that football game was. Would have been, okay, it would have been 2005. And it was Badin's 7-0 win in 2 overtimes over a 1-9 Purcell Marion team. That's the game I'm referencing from 20 years ago.
Play action. He's
McClain's looking over the top. He's got Milazzo trying to
rip
it
catch
up.
That?
And it's
what a
down.
catch! Holy cow!
Caleb Ahonen.
Wow.
Is that 15 or is that Elijah? Looks like that's number 13, Elijah Jones, coming down with that ball in the end zone.
I believe he just mossed the defender. He just took it away from him.
I thought Milazzo had inside
I thought he
position
did
on
too.
that. That looked like a sure interception. And Hamilton comes down with the ball in the end zone. Elijah Jones making a big play for Big Blue. And Hamilton's going to have their first lead of the season.
And what a drive from Jaden McLean. We just saw a kid grow up before our eyes.
Yes, we did.
Very, very important. Extra point up, extra point good. And now Hamilton has the lead that they feel like they should have had this whole time.
Yeah, this is where they feel they should be, but as we know, that's not the way the game is played. It's
That's
not where
right.
it should be. But for Hamilton, that was a massive drive to go on a 2-minute offense, and they needed just a minute and a half of that, a minute 45 of that.
I think the play action fake is really what was effective on that play. I think Badin was just, they stopped. The receiver ran past the secondary. And then Badin, I saw their defense. They were very frustrated because they thought they could pick the ball off.
Yeah.
They were kind of yelling at each other. Why didn't you tip it? Because the ball was definitely kind of almost slow and high like a punt.
He threw it kind of into a sea of Badin defenders,
Yeah, the
but
sea of
in that
hands.
sea, Elijah Jones rose from it and snagged it.
Oh, my goodness. Hamilton's wide receivers can go up and get the ball.
They've got some athletic receivers,
They
Dan.
can
Say
go
that,
up.
yeah.
Oh,
And by the way, keep in mind, Elijah Jones is as we talked about, the leading returning receiver from Hamilton from last year with 3 catches.
Back deep for
I showed
That's
you
all
how-
they had.
That's the
Yeah.
leading receiver.
That's the receiver from last year. So this is the group we're seeing grow up before our eyes.
Yes.
I mean, Arvey's got to be Arvey's got to be very happy with this first half, and Badin has to be grateful almost
Grateful,
like you said.
I think more than happy. Grateful.
Yes.
Now we'll see about what kind of kickoff return versus if Connor Stevens can boot this thing through the end zone.
He did.
And it looks
He
like
did
Lem
indeed.
is not going to get a chance to return this one for Badin.
If you're Badin, do you just kind of run
Yes.
the ball on the line and get out?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Yes.
You hand it off and see if Lem can break something. If he doesn't, you let that clock tick, tick, tick all the way down to half.
I'm even tempted to take a knee. Given the injuries you've sustained already this first half, just don't let anything bad happen. Hamilton only's got one timeout left.
Yeah, I don't even give it to Lem. I know he's out there. I give it to Rocco. Let Lem have a rest. He's played both ways tonight.
Yordi has been aggressive at times to end the first half, but that's not against a defense that's been this good.
There's the
Handoff to Grayson. And it's going to only be a yard, and that's fine for Badin. The clock is going to run. 14-10 is. I think both teams will be satisfied with this as a halftime score. At this
I think they're both going to be very happy to walk in the locker room 14-10 for both of them. Well, maybe happier in Hamilton, grateful in Badin is a great way to put it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 2nd down and 9. Badin in no hurry. Hamilton not taking their time out. I would just kneel this ball.
Yeah, you're under 30 now. I'm waiting till you get down to about 5 on the clock.
I wouldn't
I'm
tempt
taking a knee.
fate.
I'm taking a knee.
You don't want to fumble or
I don't want to
anything.
fumble or anything if I'm Badin. I mean, Hamilton's defensive line has been so much dominant in this game.
Oh my gosh, and
Grayson
then Lem just
ripped
got
down.
yanked down. Wow, that could not feel good for Grayson either.
No.
He just got hog-tied to the ground.
Ugh. Hamilton's defense, man.
That's
They've
gonna
come to
be it,
play
guys.
today.
That's a risk for getting your player injured on that
That's
play.
why taking the knee is the better
More
thing to do.
prudent thing in that case. We are going to go in at halftime. The Hamilton Big Blue have dominated the offensive and defensive phases of the game. Badin pesky hanging around with some critical special teams plays. 14-10. Dan, what do you think?
You described it perfectly. I can't really add any more to that. Hamilton is dominating on both offense and defensive lines. I do think Badin needs to consider maybe throwing the ball down the field a little bit. We haven't seen that much of them doing that this first half. So, but they have to have the blocking up front to give the quarterback the ability to do that. And who knows if they'll even be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering the same thing. You're right. You want to at least you can't throw it deep. You're not getting the time. But I wonder if you can do a crossing route 7 or 8, 10 yards down the field to try and loosen up that first 3 or 4 intermediary yards. That may be where Badin looks to in the second half in that crossing route 7 to 10 yards.
I agree. If they would maybe copy the way Hamilton threw the ball towards the end of the half with the little play actions, the short out patterns, things like that. Those are quick release patterns, and Badin's quarterback has more experience than Hamilton's quarterback, so he certainly can make those throws. So maybe you copy off the team you're playing.
And if you're Hamilton, if you're Badin going against Hamilton,
Yes.
Hamilton's bigger than you.
Right.
They're stronger than you. And they're largely faster than you. Don't put past some sort of hook and ladder or something at a critical moment where Badin can just throw one thing out there if they can keep the game close, catch Hamilton off guard. I mean, even
trick play,
even the kickoff return had a little fake pitch to it.
Well, we saw the throw to Lem over here, Lem Grayson, and we thought same thing. Is he going to look for a double pass? And he didn't. Maybe they're setting up for that. Or don't be surprised to see looking at a quick out, but a pump and go, and throw it on a wing and a prayer and see if Hamilton bites and you beat him deep.
I agree.
Something to catch him off guard might not be a terrible strategy.
I think if you're RV Crouch, though, you have to be very pleased with the quarterback play because he got better as the game went along. First half, he was a little jacked up, a little overthrow, a little bit ahead. The second quarter, the beginning of it, he was a little bit off, but not much. But then he read the defense. Also, this play down here, that third down where he found the guy intermediary down the field in that second level, and you're right, he avoided the tackler, rolled out, and found the guy. That was him growing up. That was the play we saw Jaden McClain grow up before our eyes.
And I like that 11-yard dart there where he hit him on the move, perfect pass. He wasn't high there. He was confident. He let it go.
I think looking at all the plays that were relevant in the first half, and there were a few, I think that third down play might be the most important overall play in the half because it was 3rd and 8.
Fully agree. And it was right around midfield.
And Hamilton was letting the clock drain down. Badin was not really taking a timeout. We were discussing what Hamilton's punt might be like if there were an incomplete pass. Because
I was saying maybe Badin should call a timeout.
If it was a poor punt, Badin could maybe try to field position. If it was a good punt, then Badin could be going at halftime with the lead. And that 3rd down and 8 conversion set Hamilton up with the opportunity to put those points on the board right at the end of the half and totally change the feel of this game, probably for the Hamilton locker room.
Yeah, and that's a play where he had to read. As we said, it wasn't this is my guy, I'm throwing it to him. He had to read. He looked at, no, not that guy, roll out, avoid a defender, hit the guy coming across, mating with him. And so, that was the play. To me, that's the biggest play. The two biggest plays, kickoff return. Obviously. And the third down play, which led to the touchdown, but isn't a touchdown. When you look in the book, right, it's going to be like an 8-10 yard play. That's what it's going to be. But in reality,
it's a drive extender.
Extender. He read the defense. He threw with confidence. That was the play of the first half.
No doubt. We want to talk about any other scores. Where you want to go with this here, Jeff?
Well, Andrea Blevins should be joining us momentarily. Until she comes on up, we can, if you have any more scores, give us a couple.
Here's what's going on here, folks. For those of you that aren't familiar with the playoff Harbin points, when you win, you get points for the school size that you beat. So if Hamilton were to win this game, Badin is a Division III opponent. Division III opponents are worth 5.5 first-level points. If Badin were to win to beat a Division I school, Hamilton would be worth 6.5 first-level points. But it's the second-level points that really make or break you for how you get into the playoffs, how you get seeded. It is when you win a game, how many games then does that team continue to win?
So after you beat up a team, you want that team to win and win and win.
So when Hamilton beat Badin last year on the first game of the season, Badin ended up going 8-2. And in their 8 wins, they were able to grab 43 second-level points for Hamilton. That's why Hamilton got all the way up to the 5 line last year in playoff seeding. So a very important night for the GMC. You want as many conference opponents to win tonight as possible. And I will say of all the scores for Hamilton besides this one to worry about, I would say Middletown and Troy might be the most important one because Middletown is not in Hamilton's region. Middletown is up in the Dayton region with the GWAC teams in Division I Region 2. Okay. So a halftime score up there, this was just posted. Troy is leading Middletown 17-14 up at Barnett Stadium. So Hamilton, you would actually want Middletown to come back and win that game. I know that you're rivals, but Troy is now Division I. One of those two teams is getting 6.5 points tonight. Hamilton would rather it be the team that's on their schedule later on this season.
I'm going to step out for a moment, and you're going to be joined by a guy that you know, unless this is Andrew coming in right now. No, we're going to let your boy Chris Vogt, who's been down on the sideline, step in for a couple minutes till Andrea gets here. He can talk about what he's been seeing down there from the field level.
As Chris grabs the headset and puts this on, I'll go ahead and give you the couple of the scores I've seen GMC related. Kings over Sycamore, 21-0 right now. That's not a good score for Hamilton fans. And then Mason was losing 14-0 to Springboro early on. That's not a score that Hamilton fans would like as well. Fairfield was leading Wayne 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. That is a good score for Hamilton High. You want as many GMC schools to win as possible. Chris, talk to us. What's up, brother?
Dan.
Welcome, the Report
Chris.
Ohio's coverage of TV Hamilton football.
Right,
bringing it home to you.
It's the Report Ohio takeover. No, we're blessed to team up with TV Hamilton.
This is awesome.
I think this is going to be a good thing for all of the Hamilton community and for us. So
certainly.
What are you seeing on the sideline?
I tell you what, I saw both teams kind of struggle to get a little bit going. Not for certain what you guys were talking about up here, but what I saw down there is I saw Hamilton slowly taking a little bit of that offensive momentum away from Badin's defense.
Right.
The second half, I think, was all Hamilton. I think Hamilton's defense looked really good. Their offense started to kind of click. I think McLean noticed that he could use his legs.
Yes.
And I think they need to do that more.
I agree.
So if you get McLean in there, and he was throwing the ball really well, that pass to Jones right in the corner of the end zone, that was a beautiful play. And I think you should probably see more of that from Hamilton. Now, in terms of what Badin needs to do, I mean, they're playing good defense. Their offense, I think
they're overmatched.
I think all they're doing is using Lem Grayson, and which is, if you're the defensive coordinator for Hamilton, you're going to key on Lem Grayson.
Joe and I were suggesting, they scored on the trick play on the opening kickoff. It was a fake reverse. I think that had something to do with the return, and Joe and I are thinking maybe play action fake to Grayson or just something different,
right?
Some kind of a trick play.
Right, yeah, and if you think about it, other than that special teams snafu from Hamilton, Hamilton's winning, ultimately 14-3.
Right.
So if you take that away, Hamilton, I think, is overpowering Badin at this point.
And don't forget also, Danny made this great point up here too. Hamilton's punting game cost them the 3 points.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Gave a short field. Badin did not have to do much to get into field goal range.
Right. And kudos to Badin's kicker. His first kick, nails at 35. Looked like he's done it 50 times. Yeah. And he's a sophomore, so his heart's pounding in his chest when he makes that kick.
There's some soccer background with the family too.
Oh,
absolutely.
Do they both play? Tell me about that, Chris?
The Maya Haras are going through the soccer program as well. So I know Eric Hickey real well, and I know he's a soccer coach. So the Maya Haras playing soccer as well. So I mean, when you've got a soccer player on the football team, he's probably going to be a kicker. But no, it's a great game. It's a great first-round matchup, and it's kind of something that I honestly would have expected at this point.
Yeah. It's definitely better than last year where it was just 14-0.
15-0, I think, was it?
15. Sorry.
Nothing.
You're right. Thank you.
15.
Right.
Yeah. Looking for a couple other scores for.
I think Edgewood is beating Oak Hills. I think I saw 3-0 there. And
that's, again, not a score that Hamilton wants. That is a score Badin wants because Badin's playing Edgewood later on.
You commented on a game last night that was interesting.
Alter got a win over Kettering Fairmont. That's Kettering's version of this exact game. They play each other on Thursday night every year. They never miss it.
Right.
Unlike Badin and Hamilton, have kind of scheduled on, scheduled off. Kettering Fairmont, Kettering
I think we're going to get Miss Blevins on here as well.
Blevins is coming on. Look out.
Thanks, buddy.
We're going to have to hand this over to Jeff here.
Thank you, Chris.
And Jeff has got an interview with the new superintendent.
Yeah, we're actually going to join in. The superintendent's going to join us, and then real quickly we'll have a couple people from the BTW, Booker T. Washington Center, to talk about, if you guys saw this on Saturday, the two football teams, Hamilton and Badin, got together to do a cleanup at the Booker T. Washington Center, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to do a couple of interviews with them. If I can kick you gentlemen out for a couple minutes.
Go right on ahead.
All right. We'll see if we can get Andrea. If you see Andrea out there, send her on in, please. There we are. There she is, coming on in. All right, Andrea, come on in and join us. We're at Grand Central Station up here. This is a very active press box. A lot of things happening. So much happening up here, but so much happening in the schools. Everybody welcome in Andrea Blevins, the brand new, I say brand new, but you kind of really have been acting for a while, superintendent of Hamilton City Schools. Andrea, technically we're 2 weeks into the school year.
We are.
How's it gone? How's the first 2 weeks gone? It's probably been a whirlwind.
It has been a whirlwind, but it's been extremely positive. It's been an amazing start. We have great staff, students, and community, and it just feels right. I think there's a lot of buzz in the air. You know, this week leading up to this big game tonight, we had our first district-wide Spirit Week, which was amazing to see from our preschool students all the way up to our seniors participating. It brought a lot of Big Blue pride, into our district. So we're having a lot of fun.
You talked about the beginning, even before the school year began, people may not know, you guys held a district-wide convocation with not just like teachers, everybody. You had janitorial staff there.
Yes.
You had crossing guards there.
We did. Every staff member in Hamilton City Schools is important to what we do every single day, and it's important to me that we come together at least one time a year. So we had, a pep rally of all pep rally, kickoff, really to bring back our team to their purpose, their why of why we do this work, because it matters every day. The work is hard, but we are stronger. That's what I sent out an email today to our team, and it was just so neat to see all the energy in the room. There were a lot of hellos. I haven't seen you all summer, but also to welcome our new staff in to this is how we do education in Big Blue. And it was really, really neat.
You talk about staff members. You have one new staff member that is more loved than everybody else.
Yes.
Talk about Arrow Blue, who is
Yes.
stealing all the thunder.
You know, Arrow Blue and I share the same initials, and we're both from South Florida. That's where we were both born and raised. But I'll tell you, when we walk in a building together, they say Andrea who. Arrow Blue is our new therapy dog in the district, and man, she has captured the hearts of staff, students alike. She is out every day working with kids, the number of class visits that she's doing, and she's bringing comfort to adults and students, and it's just been an amazing program. I heard actually today we're well on our way to get our second, third, and possibly our fourth dog by the end of this school year. So we are
amazing.
so excited.
It's a beautiful
about this
husky.
program.
Arrow Blue
Yes.
is a beautiful husky. Andrea, finally, what's the one thing you want people watching to know about Hamilton, the district, not just the high school, the whole entire district? What's the one thing you want to know about this 2025-26 school year?
I want everyone to know that we are here to support each other. We are here to make sure that every kid gets what they need to be successful. I believe that our school system is the American dream, and it is our job to meet any kid and any family where they are. So please reach out. Don't ever, I know sometimes home and school, we're all doing the same work, but we're not doing it together. We really are a team, and I want to build that mentality. So call us, connect with us, because it just makes our team stronger.
Beautiful and fantastic, Andrea. The district's off to a great start this year in a lot of ways, and you're the one behind it. Keep up the good work.
Well, thanks so much. Let's Big Blue tonight, okay?
Let's see how
I
the
want a
rest of
big
this game
W
goes.
the rest of this night, okay? Can you make that happen for me?
Well, technically I have to be neutral.
Well, come on, Jeff.
I'll see what I can do for you.
You got blue on your shirt.
I do indeed.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do.
Well, we got that on
But
camera,
I think we've got a great game going on early on, and a lot of exciting things. And real quick, to let you go.
Yeah.
How exciting is it for these kids to get to play together from both teams?
Oh, it's just so neat for our city. I saw so many of our athletes last weekend from both sides that went to grade school together who, live down the street to really talk about the energy in this community. We don't have to be, we might be enemies on the football field, but we're not in the grand scheme of things. We are a giant community of educators, and to see these friends team up and play each other in a competitive way is just so awesome.
I always laugh because people are like, oh, it's a rivalry, and the parents and adults are talking, rah, rah, rah. And then you see these kids again, they're like, hey, bro, what's up? Hey, man, how's your girlfriend? Hey, how's your sister? Hey, how's your mom doing? And it's like, they're friends. The people who make it into this rivalry are the people sitting in the stands around the side on the streets.
Even our, a number of our staff have affiliations or graduates of Badin, and so I saw in the building this week a lot of shirts that were cut up the middle, half blue, half green, which I love to see. We should be pulling for every education institution in this town, and I happen to be a little biased, but I think our programs are the best in the area.
Well, perfect. Hey, thank you very much for stopping on by. If you want to send in Mike Bramer and Ebony Tipton, I think they're out there hiding in the hallway. We'll bring them on in.
All right, have a great night.
Thank you. You too. We'll bring in Mike Bramer and Ebony Tipton if they want to come on in. Come on in. Come on into the booth here. Have a seat. Put on the headset. We welcome Mike Bramer and Ebony Tipton on in here. And Andrew can come and stand in the booth here. Andrew, come on in and stand back here. Go ahead and put the headset on there. So, guys, we want to talk just briefly about a really cool thing that happened at the Booker T. Washington Center last weekend. Both the Hamilton football team, Badin football team came together for a neighborhood cleanup and to meet with the kids over at BTW and just kind of do a thing. Tell me exactly what kind of happened over at the BTW Center, but that these two teams came together in fellowship.
Well, we're so grateful for the whole partnership, and what it does is it makes it bigger than just this game tonight and gives to the community. So I'll turn it over to Ebony because she was there Saturday at the event. So, Ebony, tell a little bit of what happened.
Sure. We had about 140.
There you go.
We had about 140 football players in BTW, and so they were everywhere. Like,
Can your center hold that much mass?
I kept saying, please don't. The fire department, please don't come in because these are not the problems that we want today. But the energy in the building was something that you had to be there in order to feel it. And so they just came in. Of course, it was early in the morning, so they're still wiping their eyes. But by the time everybody got in, the coaches, the families or whatever, it was very clear that those boys knew why they were there. And so it was a beautiful moment. It was.
We talk about this rivalry all the time, and it's a great rivalry. But I think when we start talking about the kids, and I just talked with Andrea, the rivalry, that angry side of the rivalry, is by the people not on the field. On the field, you probably saw it. They know each other. They've grown up with each other. They're friends.
They are friends. They are friends, and it was very evident. Like, I have pictures of Badin students with Hamilton students because they've grown up together, and so it was really cool. But even though they were there for service, you could still see some of the rivalry in there. Like, I bet you we pick up more trash than you, or
and you're
things like
over there edging
and I'm like,
it
sure,
on. You're like,
let's see.
Sure, who can pick up the most trash?
Yes, I'm like, I got pizza over here. Whoever does this, like, it's fine.
And then let's talk about the T-shirt sale. Tell us about the T-shirt sale you guys just picked up a check for.
Yeah, amazing. $6,000 to go back to the center. I mean, that's going to be tremendous. We're right in the middle of a renovation, expansion, and actually some of the work they did, they had to move a tremendous amount of old equipment out of the facility, and we thought it would take hours. These big, strong guys, 15 minutes, they had a whole basement cleared out. But the $6,000 will just add to what we can do at the center, add to the impact we have on the youth at BTW, and you saw the youth out on the field. They were so excited. A few more came down as soon as they realized they got to go out on the field. That was a big deal for them to get to do that. But we're grateful for the contribution, but we're more grateful for the partnerships and the time that was invested.
You guys doing great work at the YMCA over at the BTW Center. I love what you guys doing. Keep up the great work. A great new renovation at the lobby right across the street at the YMCA, the Fit and Family YMCA. Just across, we can see it from here.
That's right.
Literally.
I parked there.
You
I
walked
walked over from there, yes.
He's got connections. He can leave his car there. So
he knows people.
He knows some people. He knows people that knows people, and those people are his people. So anyway, thank you guys. Keep up the great work. I love hearing that about the two teams coming together to work and build fellowship and build community.
Yeah. They were very intentional on that. I was very clear. What they do on this field matters on the field, but who they are off the field really matters the most. And so to watch them come together to do something that didn't directly impact them but still impacted them was beautiful.
And one quick note on that, I will tell you, funny thing you say that, I was at both practices. At the end of the Hamilton practice this week, when the coaches are saying, hey, make sure to get your water, do this, other notes, one of the seniors showed out, get your classwork done. Read the books. Who needs help? Who's good at math? And one kid's like, I'm good at math. If you need tutoring, call me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, where am I? This is not this is football practice. So we're seeing communityship, we're seeing fellowship, we're seeing a different vibe of what these schools are.
Absolutely.
And keep up the great work. We're going to let our early guys back in the booth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on out.
Thank you so much.
It's great. Let's have a great second half.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks, Mike. All right, well, welcome back in our two guys driving the boat here, Joel and Dan. Man, it is just it's a great thing going on right now here, guys. We were just talking about that community cleanup and the fellowship that they had between the two teams and the things going on at Hamilton City Schools and things. We almost forget there's a good football game going on
There's
too.
a good football game going on out there.
But what you mentioned, the cleanup and everything, that's a really important, great thing they got going together. I think that's just great.
It's good for them to be able to do something together off the field.
Right.
You're competitors, but not enemies.
And, a lot of those kids are friends. They all live in the same city in Hamilton, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, and the ones who, from Badin who don't live in Hamilton, they obviously know all the Hamilton kids too anyway. Because they're all hanging out in the same place. They're all going to the same gyms. So, gentlemen, we've got 40 seconds and the 3 minutes as they warm up and whatnot. Thoughts going into the second half. What is going to be key for both teams?
Well, we were talking.
We were
Joel
just
and I.
talking about that off air, weren't we?
I'll go ahead and start.
Start
first.
us off,
Dan.
Dan.
Okay, Hamilton High is going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
Joel said, and I agreed with him. Well, you tell me what you said, Joel.
Well, here's the thing. Badin needs to keep this thing within our arm's reach.
Yes.
Right.
You're getting absolutely dominated when your offense is on the field by Hamilton's defense. Your defense is held a little better against Hamilton's offense, but it's been dicey. Your special teams is what's got you still in this game. You can win this game with one more special teams play or a defensive pick six or something of that nature, but only if you're within striking distance to do it.
So the best thing that Badin could hope for is a 3-and-out, their defense holds, or even a couple first downs, and they hold and they don't give up a score.
If Hamilton comes out here and scores on the first possession, goes up 21-14 or 21-10, there is a possibility that the dam breaks and that the water bursts on Badin.
I agree, because, when we talk about this, their concern when the game started was, can Badin last with guys going two ways against the size of Hamilton, against the speed of Hamilton? Can they just physically, do they have the stamina to do it? If they get behind, it's going to take an extra level of stamina to catch back up, and I don't know if they have that. The one thing they do have, though, I will say about Badin, they have experience, they have confidence, and they have Nick Yorty, who's won a heck of a lot of ball games in a lot of different conditions. So this one, obviously, it's a 4-point game. Clearly a toss-up at this point. But you're right. If Hamilton goes down and scores on this first drive, oh, man, that hole gets really big to dig out of.
It could be real, real rough.
And last year, Badin, after they lost their first 2 games to open the year, this offense is largely intact from last year. They came from behind in several games. Remember the McNicholas game? I think they won 10-6.
Tight game.
Oh, my goodness. What a great game.
But again, it's got to be close enough. I've got a few scores.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay? And these, again, this is for the Badin fans out there. The Badin fans have been through this with me probably more than the Hamilton fans have in terms of the second-level points thing. We had mentioned that Alter had won last night over Kettering Fairmont, 28-21 on a strip sack fumble recovery with 32 seconds left to go for the end zone. That would give Badin 6.5 second-level points if they beat Alter later on this year.
Right.
Other teams on Badin's schedule and how they're doing tonight. Columbus St. Francis de Sales is leading Olentangy Berlin 7-3 at halftime. I know, TV Hamilton viewers, why do you care about this? Because Badin's playing de Sales in a few weeks. It's worth some points. McNicholas was leading 20-0 over Turpin, and now Turpin has a 21-20 lead right before halftime in that game. Badin wants McNick to win that. Simon Kenton and Dixie Heights of Kentucky. And it looks like with 5 seconds left to go in the half, Dixie has kicked a field goal. Simon Kenton, the Pioneers, have a 6-3 lead over Dixie Heights. And Bishop Hartley and Elyria Catholic has gone back and forth. They had an injury that delayed the game at the end of the first quarter. It was Bishop Hartley 21-14 over Elyria Catholic. That's a good score for Badin. As Saycash kicks this into the end zone, and Hamilton will start with the ball at the 20-yard line. So, yes, second-level points abound. You're always looking for teams that you play later on this year to win as many games as possible before you play them, so they're worth more points. And obviously for Hamilton, if they beat Badin tonight, they would like Badin's injuries to not be serious, because they would like Badin to win as many games as they can, because it's going to generate them some points.
One thing we haven't talked about, Saycash is a weapon, because there's only been one kickoff allowed, and that kickoff return, like you said, was from the half-yard line in the corner.
Yeah.
So that keeps Hamilton's athletes out of the open field on those kickoff returns.
Handoff. This goes to Andre Bailey, and he is brought down and wrapped up. Badin's defense gave him a very similar tackle to what Lem Grayson got at the end of the first half. Rocco Malazzo, we're going to credit him with the tackle, but he had some friends, and I hope that Andre Bailey is okay. He was rolled up on a little bit.
He kind of got twisted, didn't he?
Little high-low action there going on.
He's up. I think he just got those hamstrings and things stretched out. Oh, he's hobbling a bit in that ankle. I think he just got rolled. He's
banging out the pain.
He is. Literally walking it off. Old school.
Old school. Rub some dirt on it, kid.
He won't come out.
He has
Look
to
at
come
him.
out, right?
He's not.
They stopped the game for a play. He's got to come out for at least a play. I wonder if his shoe is off. He's trying to get his shoe back on, maybe even. I hope that's all it is.
Hopefully it's just a little stinger.
That's all. Okay. Jaden Lewis is now going to be the running back.
Interesting.
Along with Jaden McClain in the backfield. First time Andre Bailey should have been out of the game all day. Quick little slant. Caught. That's Jordan Bryant breaking a tackle. They love those little quick slants,
they do.
haven't they?
They're very effective. I mean, they're very effective so far.
When you've got a young quarterback like McLean growing into things, you don't want him to have to think too much. Like I said, Crouch said he's one of the smartest kids in the room no matter where you go. But in this kind of game speed, make him think less about what he has to do and feel better about how he's doing it.
Safe, predictable passes.
Yes.
And you wonder if Badin's defense will do a little press coverage, try to get a pick and dare him to throw it over the top, daring Jordan Kreider, the one single lone safety, to be able to come up in deep coverage. Back to Andre Bailey, who's going to run it
We're going to get a holding
to the
call.
left, but yeah, that flag got thrown there, Dan, didn't it?
In that location, it's always going to be something along the lines of holding.
And high school football, it's typically from the spot of the foul, which looks like it was 1 yard upfield. So this might end up costing them 9 yards total in terms of penalty and setting up potentially a 1st and 19 if that's where they want it.
They took it all the way back. That's 1st and 20.
Okay.
Yep, back to the 25-yard line it goes. Flag must have been intended for the line of scrimmage there.
When you look at an offense like Hamilton, too, a 10-yard penalty could be a killer because they're not used to picking up 15, 20 at a time. They can, obviously, but they're more along the lines of 5 to 7.
And how aggressive does RV's offense want to be? They've not been over-aggressive tonight.
You don't want to be with a young team, and when you've got that kind of a defense, you don't want to give up something bad.
Quick little button hook into space and wrapped up. Man, Elijah Jones is fighting hard.
You got
Takes 4 Rams to bring him down.
Yeah, I know, but
he cost himself a couple yards going back.
He did.
Well, you got to give Badin credit there too. They're flying the ball. Yeah, they're flying to the ball.
Relentless pursuit, but the first guy's not taking him down, so they know they need to.
Exactly.
They know they need to. I give Elijah Jones all the credit in the world there.
All right.
He's had a big night, hasn't he, Jeff?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. He's just the player. They're trying to get him into space where he can break off something and use his athleticism.
2nd and 17.
Bryant man in motion. There's nobody to the strong side of the field. Handoff up the middle. That's Andre Bailey.
Running hard.
Stepping over the defense.
You're trying. We got some late hits going on, but also some late whistles going on.
Yeah,
you can't really stop until the play's dead.
Yeah, the officials didn't blow the whistle. They might have waited a little bit on that, but that's football.
That's right. Well, you know Andre Bailey's still fighting for a couple more inches.
He literally stepped over the bodies.
Okay, guys, this is where we were discussing. Badin wants to get that 3 and out, and so it's 3rd and 13. This is a big play for both teams.
If Badin's defense can hold here, they get that vaunted special teams unit on the field.
And they'll probably get the ball after the punt, outside of the 20 where they've started a lot this game. So maybe more like the 30, 35.
Here's the drop. Here's the throw.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful throw. That might have been the nicest throw of the night for Jaden McLean.
He is 5 yards short of the first down. They will punt, but it was a beautiful throw.
It was not overly high. It was tall, but not too tall. It was set up in the middle of 4 men in a zone defense, and Jordan Bryant just found the weak spot in the zone, sat up there, couldn't break the tackle. Badin's happy to concede that and force the punt.
Yeah, and Hamilton's going to take the 8 yards of field position and hope that they can get off a clean punt. Let's see what kind of snap they get.
Yes, keep an eye on this snap. This has been a bit of an adventure.
Their special teams have not been special tonight.
No.
No, they have not.
And it looks like a timeout wasted by Hamilton here.
Oh, you hate to waste a timeout.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'd almost rather just take the penalty and lose the 5 yards and keep the timeout.
Right, absolutely. I think the same thing. A lot of coaches don't think like that, or maybe they're thinking about the timeout in the moment, and then it's after they take it they realize, oh, I really wish I would.
I mean, you're going to punt it anyway. I'd rather have the timeout is so valuable at the end of the game or another situation. I mean, the difference is 5 yards of field position.
Yeah. Do you think it was a delay of game? That's why they called it, or do you think that there was the proper player out there?
Wrong personnel.
I think wrong personnel, but I would be okay. I would let the clock wind down, take the penalty, and then get your right personnel out there. But coaches, they don't think like that, and maybe there's a reason they're coaching them or not.
Maybe there is.
But
is there
timeouts are so valuable.
Jeff, is there a kill sign of some sort that you can deliver from the bench to tell your players out there not to snap it? If you got
I don't
the wrong
know because I've
personnel?
always said that, but no one has ever given me a good answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're confused on a 4th and 5, take the penalty.
Joel, put that in your memory bank, and then tomorrow, by the way, Joel and Chris are doing a game.
Little Miami at Jackson.
Yes. And where can you find that, Joel?
On the Report Ohio's YouTube page.
There you go.
Yep.
So Chris and Joel tomorrow. Little Miami and Jackson tomorrow. The Jackson Iron. Up, bad snap. There
Here's
you
the
go
snap.
again.
Did not block it.
Nice
It's
punt.
off, and this is going to be returnable.
Big, great
There's
really
no coverage.
returnable.
No coverage over there.
Across midfield, he's still on his feet. He's not fallen down yet.
I thought his knee was down.
LT King, he had kept his knee just barely above the ground, and his hand hit the ground, and he did a little spin move on that.
If Hamilton,
Once again, Badin's special teams a lot more special than Hamilton's. Go ahead, Jeff.
if Hamilton cannot get that snap down, they're going to lose games this year because of it.
It's going to hurt them.
Straight and simple. That is costing them this game right now with only a 4-point lead because they cannot snap the ball. They
Oh,
can't-
my
This
goodness.
should be a 21-point margin, but if it's the special teams that's really been the equalizer.
100%. And credit to Badin. Badin has done exactly what we thought Badin would do, which is a smart, senior-led team who takes advantage of those
And
mistakes.
catching that punt on the run like that, my goodness, you
Beautiful.
let that ball bounce, then none of that happens.
Correct. And you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
We have a whistle being blown. Does not look like either team called a timeout. This might be an equipment thing or a play clock problem. Okay, and now they're going ahead and reset the play clock to 25 seconds, and they're going to wind her again.
All right, here we
And
go.
we've not seen a lot of passes from Colt Emerson tonight.
No, we haven't. That's what I was calling for. There
We're
you
going to see
go.
one now.
He's going
Emerson's
deep.
looking long. He's got a man and comes.
Touchdown!
That is James Brink.
Wow.
The very first offensive play from the scrimmage from the second half, and it's a 35-yard touchdown over top of the defense.
Give Coach Ordy credit. He listens to TV Hamilton halftime.
We talked about that. Take the shot down the field and see what
Goodness
happens.
gracious.
And
Well,
he just,
Were we calling for that,
Well,
guys?
here's the other thing, too.
Oh.
Sudden change. When something drastic happens very quickly, can you attack before the other team's even really ready? That was a bad punt on a bad snap that was very easily returnable. Set him up with a 35-yard field as Maya Hara now is going to go ahead and put it up and through. And we have 17-14.
Wow.
The Badin Rams have retaken the lead.
Hamilton has dominated about 85% of the game.
Yeah.
But that 15% from Badin has been untouchable.
And
Badin's offense, keep that in mind. They might need to unleash Emerson a little bit more in the second half of this game.
I totally agree with you. What a throw that was.
Perfect throw.
He hit him right in stride. He didn't have to wait for it or anything.
The DB did not get his hips turned correctly and in time, and he just got blown right by.
What I want to know is this, too. Where was that Hamilton defensive line on that play?
Well, it was such a
Emerson's
quick
not
release.
they've not had that time all half, have they?
No, and that was such a quick release. So that's what we talked about. You can actually take a deep shot if you just throw it into space.
Right.
If you wait for the guy to get deep, you can't do it against that.
So you're saying get it in the air and let him run to the ball.
That's what he did. He basically just punted the ball to the receiver and dropped it in
through
the
his
basket.
arm. Yeah.
Yes, which is what you can do because if you look, that was like a 2-3 step drop.
It was not all that deep, was
No,
it?
he caught the snap, took about 3 steps, if that, and just rainbowed it up and let his receiver run underneath it. Perfect throw, perfect play call, and Badin is right back in the lead.
This might end up being the best game of the series, guys, and we are so privileged to announce it.
Well, it's better than the first two.
Both teams have scored. We got that going for us, right?
Oh, goodness. That's true.
Say Cash looking to boot it through the end zone again. We'll see.
Boom.
A little shorter than normal. It's going to be returnable for Jordan Bryant.
Oh, but they did not pick up a block.
And he's going to stretch this thing wide. Badin rallying to the ball. They're going to wrap him
Wow,
up at the
5
5-yard line.
line.
Are you kidding me?
I guess there's something to be said for
And
not
a flag.
booting the end zone.
A flag at the very end of the play. This is either going to kill Badin by putting it back out to the 20, or it's going to go half the distance to the goal and back Hamilton up even farther. Somebody hit somebody late.
Or a celebration, maybe?
We'll see as the referee. I think it was the man with the white hat himself. He shouldn't need a really conference with too many people around him. If he saw it just through the flag,
It's
dead
on
ball, personal.
Unsportsmanlike.
It's on Badin.
So maybe an excessive
much.
celebration or something.
So much for the good field position for Badin there, as Hamilton's going to basically have what amounts to a touchback.
Well, once again,
Wow.
special teams from Badin dominating Hamilton's special
Oh,
teams.
yeah.
Not playing with Hamilton's special teams, dominating Hamilton's special teams. That's been the entire difference of this game. Badin has been infinitely better than Hamilton in that aspect of the game.
Danny, this is starting to bear a strange resemblance a little bit to the Chicago Bears. Denny Green, the Bears are who we thought they were game. All that
We let him off the hook.
All that special team stuff going on there with Urlacher and company.
Oh, my goodness. You know, my wife doesn't know a lot about football, but she can do that Denny Green quote.
She loves that one, huh?
She loves that one.
They are who we thought they were.
More playoffs.
Playoffs. Handoff. Nope. Fake handoff. And it's picked by Lem Grayson.
Picked off. Goodness gracious.
That was the slant, and I've been wondering now if Badin would start pressing that and daring them to double move them. Lem Grayson read it.
Because the double move was wide open.
It's open.
It was open.
Badin is going uber aggressive and jumping. That's a coaching adjustment right there. And the young, inexperienced quarterback McLean didn't catch that one.
Correct. Grayson with a great job of just turning and anticipating and being exactly where the throw has been the last, all game.
In the first half, Badin, knocked 2 fumbles out, but Big Blue were right on the ball. This time, Badin gets the turnover that they needed.
And in a weird way, you were talking, Jeff, about this quarterback growing up before our eyes.
Right.
A less accurate ball might have been helpful.
Yes, that one actually would have been perfect.
He threw it right on the money, and Lem Grayson knew where it was supposed to end up.
Right on the money of the receiver, but Lem Grayson happened to be right between them. That's a veteran move by Lem Grayson.
How about it? Rocco Milazzo, the running back, and this is going to be a handoff up the middle. As Badin's offensive line starting to get a little bit of push here. They weren't the ones that were supposed to be wearing Hamilton down, but maybe a little bit of a momentum.
I think there's a lot of momentum change, and here's where it gets difficult for Hamilton. They're inexperienced. They don't know what to do when you get behind. Where this Badin team, they've seen deficits. They've seen it all. They're not phased.
Yes, and I like the way Rocco runs the ball. He hits the hole hard, and he's a little shifty, so he doesn't get knocked backwards, and he falls forward. And he's still in there. I wonder if Grayson's okay. I'm sorry
he just made the interception.
Oh,
so probably giving him a little bit of a breather.
He's not Superman.
He's been going both ways a lot of this game. If you can get Milazzo out there for a few plays here. Emerson's going to roll out. They've got protection.
Throw it away.
Yeah, threw it into the turf. Nobody was open in the secondary. That was a max protect look. Only a couple receivers leaking out in coverage there. I don't mind that play call for Badin, though, at all.
No, Hamilton knew that. I mean, it was just a hitch and go, and they could have jumped that route and picked the ball off conversely, like, Hamilton just did.
Here's what's interesting. The ball's on the 20. If you get nothing here, it's a 37-yard field goal.
Try it.
I think he's got the leg. That's not a question. We saw it. He hit from 35 clearly before.
Yep.
So do you take a big shot here? Because there's not a lot of space between the 15 and the end zone.
I run it twice and go for it on fourth
down.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. But
okay, Dan. Aggressive. Badin's going to take their first time out.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I do. I see your point, because it puts Badin up by 6, which is a heck of a lot.
Keep the pressure on.
Yeah.
The only thing that I did not like from a Badin perspective about the outcome of that last passing play, and you know where I'm going with this, is right there at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
Stops the
clock.
Do you think the quarterback had the ability to maybe run a few yards?
Get 2 yards even?
Yeah, and then run out of bounds.
Well, don't run out of bounds. Don't stop the clock.
Correct.
You're the underdog. You're leading. You want to shorten
moving.
the game. You don't want Hamilton's bigger offensive line wearing you down. The more time you can take off with the ball in your hands. And I know, fans, I know you think I'm crazy for thinking clock management at 7:38 of the third quarter. But
just wait till there's 2 minutes to go in the game.
It adds up. It matters.
Okay, boy, Hamilton Big Blue fans are stomping on the bleachers.
I remember that stomping bleacher feel from years ago.
Yeah, my foot is shaking in the press box.
The press box is physically moving.
This is interesting.
That's always a great vibe from Virgil Schwarm Stadium. It's so good to call a ball game here.
It's fantastic. I love
this
it.
venue. Love this venue.
Here we go, guys. Big 3rd and 5. Let's see.
Lem Grayson's back on the field, and it looks like a different quarterback.
Could be a running play then.
Yeah, Hamilton's not fooled by that, but there is a flag.
Oh.
LT King was the runner. He's still down. He got walloped.
Hamilton, if it is a holding call.
I think it's holding against Hamilton.
It might be against Hamilton. That's going to be enough for a first down if it is. I hope LT King is okay.
He motioned against Hamilton.
Well, they're talking to
Harvey.
Yeah, and you push him back, it makes the field goal that much harder.
No, if it's against Hamilton, it's going to be a first down for Badin.
No, I think they were talking.
Oh, talking to
Harvey? But he also,
talking.
He may have motioned the wrong way. He did the holding call and then pointed
he
at
pointed
Hamilton.
in Hamilton's direction.
Yeah, I think he may have just been a little confused. It's okay. It's the first game for everybody.
Yeah, they're talking to Harvey now.
The question becomes, you make it 4th down and you make it a 40-yard field goal, 39-yard field goal.
I push him back.
Or do you push him back?
I push him back.
I think I do too. Although you just got burned on a deep ball here too.
The defense has been better than Badin's offense for all of the game other than that one play. I think you try to keep Maya Hara out of his field goal range.
I agree.
Trust your defense. You've got the athletes for Hamilton.
It's a cramp, I think.
Hopefully that's all it is. LT King has not been out there.
He got dragged down pretty good. He had a couple guys right there laying on him.
Yeah.
Hamilton was not fooled.
Look at the way his leg is stiff. That's definitely looks like
Cramp?
a cramp. Oh, yeah.
When you've got a running back in there taking the snap, you know there's only one thing he's going to do. He's either handing it off or he's running with it himself.
That's two things, Jeff.
I'll put it this way. That ball's not going in the air. So all your DBs and all your linebackers know the linebackers know they can cheat up. Because what linebacker has to cover anything? You know he's out there.
It's going to be a running play one way or the other.
That's it.
Right.
Somebody's getting the ball on the ground.
Okay, the penalty was declined,
They're
guys.
Go ahead.
Interesting.
It was a loss of yardage anyway.
4th and 5. What's Badin going to do? Here comes the field goal
This will be
team.
a long
4th and 7. It's a 40-yard attempt.
Well, he cleared the 35 with 10 to spare.
He had room. Let's put it this way. He's got the leg. We clearly saw it. But, man, oh, man. And that's centered again.
A missed field goal in high school football is a touchback if it goes past
so
the
you
goal
might as well. I don't mind this at all.
You basically get a 3-yard punt out of this if you miss the kick.
Okay.
But he's got the leg. We know that. All of his kicks have looked fantastic tonight.
Maya Hara from 40.
Boy, you're just trying to jinx him, aren't you, Jeff?
Ooh,
it's up.
Good rush. The kick is up.
And
hit the goal post.
You jinxed him, Jeff.
Oh,
I told you.
The post.
All
the
of his
leg was
kicks.
there.
His leg was there.
Actually,
centered, but not centered enough.
The kick looked good. It just pulled right, pulled left just a little bit.
I'm giving you a hard time.
But here's the thing, though. That thing had 5 or 6 yards up.
Oh, it was way up on the goal.
He's got the leg from 45.
Yeah, he does.
I'm thinking the same thing. That is encouraging for the Badin Rams this season.
Except he missed it.
Well, but
I know.
You
For
know
the season.
You know what its range is. That ball's got to get moved back to the 20. The referees are trying to spot this ball on the 24-yard line, but it's got to get moved to the 20. This is a touchback.
It's a touchback. There he goes. He heard you, Joel.
There we go.
He heard you.
See, the coaches and the officials listen to us in the booth.
Officiating 101, baby.
Who else can we use this power for? I got to think about that.
It begs the question, why not try a field goal from your own 40-yard line?
Because it would be like a punt. It's returnable.
Okay, I got you.
From the spot of wherever it's dying.
Correct.
And you got all those offensive
I was
linemen
thinking
on the
if
field.
you kick it out of bounds, it
You
goes
could do
to
that.
the 20. Here we go. Oh.
And a flag.
It's a holding call,
And
probably.
so it would have been a 6-yard gain, but Hamilton's going to have this brought back on them.
Oh, now he's limping.
A lot of injuries tonight.
Well, remember, he got hurt in the last drive, too. So I don't think he's fully right. I think he's trying to gut it out, but he is not right, clearly at this point.
Goodness sakes.
You know, Arvie talked to me this week before the game, and I said, what do you have to do to win, Coach? And he said, I'm going to be really cliche. It's turnovers and penalties. Avoid those two, and we win.
Yeah.
And now, turnovers and penalties are starting to stack up against Hamilton in the second half.
They got away with the last turnover.
And having your best offensive player as far as, running backs.
Yeah,
go
now
off
he's
the
off
field
the field
doesn't help.
So now they're going to have to rely quite a bit on Deacon Wilson, probably.
Right.
Deacon was hurt earlier, too. Jaden Lewis is lined up back there.
So now I got Jane Lewis, who's a linebacker who I don't have him as even running the ball once last year. Not to say he can't run the ball. He's a very athletic young man.
Yeah. So it looks like we're back in the pistol formation for Hamilton High. Still one high safety for Badin on defense as the defensive backs press ever closer.
It is a
handoff
handoff
up
to
the
Lewis.
middle to Lewis. He's got some moves there.
Wow, good
He
pickup.
Carved about 6 yards out of that. There wasn't a whole lot to be gained, but he did quite well.
Very good. Makes it 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. We'll call it.
7-yard gain.
Pretty darn good for Hamilton. They can keep doing that.
Get your backup.
And I still wonder, is there an opportunity? Just pound it. You got the bigger offensive line.
I mean, Badin is tempting you by putting 10 guys up.
They are.
And only the one safety over top. They're tempting you to throw it deep.
They are.
But you've tried it twice and it hasn't worked out. Do you go away from that at some point?
It's not as fun to just, pick running plays over and over and over again. I know the Madden people don't love that, but here it is. Had a fumble.
Fumble.
You know what? What do I know? Maybe you shouldn't be running the ball.
Badin
looks like they might have the ball.
They do. They stop the clock. Badin's ball.
And that is Mr. Pate, Alex Pate, coming out from the pile. You had mentioned penalties a second ago, Jeff.
And turnovers.
On cue. You want to jinx anybody else there, sir?
I'm doing a pretty good job of it.
Pretty good. We like that, Mr.
Now,
Archer.
next time the kicker lines up, say his last kick wasn't the greatest, and then he'll make the next one.
But, I mean, for Hamilton, they can't get out of their own way right now. They need to find something, and that may come in the form of taking another shot downfield. Badin has seen all their plays. Nothing has fooled Badin in the second half. They've known every single thing Hamilton has done so far in this third quarter.
Badin has had a dream start of the third.
Absolutely.
This is everything you could ever want.
Except they didn't make the field goal, but look where they got the ball now.
Here it is. Lem Grayson back as the lead running back. And again, if you hand it off, you can still get 40 seconds off the clock. There's the flag. It's coming back.
Great run by Grayson. Made a couple of really good players miss. But, yeah, it's coming back on some kind of hold.
But, again, the penalty was upfield. So this is not going to be as devastating as a traditional 10-yard loss.
Maybe a 1st and 13 coming
Something
up.
like that.
Yeah.
Looking at the spot of the flag. Hold. Badin is the call. Didn't they used to have a referee microphone here at Virgil Swarm at one point in time?
That'd be terrific.
I don't remember if they did or
Steve
didn't.
Caldwell's nodding his head yes over there. Where did you put it, Steve? Was it your turn to watch it?
It's the first game of the year. You know, nobody knows where these things are the first game.
They are going to bring it back from the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
1st and 20.
Okay.
Interesting.
So now Badin, they're not good behind the chains either.
No,
against
they're
this
not.
Defense.
No,
and
they're
now
not.
you're pushed out of field goal range. You may just try and get yourself back in
All
the
right,
field goal range.
he's got one-on-one coverage down here on number 11 for Badin. Let's see if they can throw it that guy's way.
Clock is ticking. Keep an eye on that.
Going the
Quick
other
little
way.
hitch. Pass is complete to Brink.
Nice
Brink, the
pickup.
one with the 97-yard kickoff return on the first play from scrimmage tonight.
And a nice pickup there to get that yardage right back.
Oh, my goodness. Hamilton played so far off on that play.
It's very
They
soft
basically
coverage.
just gave him 10 yards.
So Badin's throwing the pass plays that Hamilton High used in the first half.
There it is.
Yes.
Yes.
And the only thing, Dan, that Badin doesn't like about that, he ran out of bounds.
Yes, he did.
Clock stays stopped. 5:38 remaining in the third quarter. The longer game probably favors Hamilton High.
And the bigger thing, you put him back in the field goal range. Now you're sitting at a 42-yard field goal if you don't pick up this first down.
That's it. See if Mayahara likes it off the hash or if he has a preference in terms of centering it. Grayson.
Boy.
You know what? He's not thinking about field goal
Grayson
at all.
is flying.
He's got it into the red zone. 1st and goal for the Rams. As the Badin offensive line, undersized as they are, starts grinding that big blue
corner
D.
was wide open. I don't know what happened on that block, but that corner was the most open. We've seen it all night long.
I wish we had access to Yordi at halftime. What did he say to his players? This is a different
And
team.
what adjustments have been made, too, from
Oh,
an
my
X's and O
goodness.
standpoint. It's attitude is part of this, but
yes,
there's an X's and O thing going on here, too, where Badin's found a few things that they didn't quite find so easily in the first half of this game.
they need 2 yards. Badin does. It's 1st and goal.
Handoff to Grayson up the middle.
Slipped a couple tacklers.
And he's in.
And he's short by a half a yard.
Oh, goodness.
This is not bad for Badin because the clock will
And
continue to
you've got
run.
you've got a Hamilton player down in the backfield too,
That'll
who missed the
pause.
tackle.
Couple Hamilton
Couple
Big Blue players.
Both of them missed
in
a
the
tackle. That
backfield.
should have been a 4-yard loss, but Grayson slipped through it.
All right, Jeff. Now, Joe and I know each other like the back of our hands.
We
We're
do.
related. He's my cousin. Some people he says he's my son. Anyway, that's a different story. It's just a joke. Here's Joel knows what play I would call here from the half-yard line.
Oh, yes, I do.
Now, what do you call if you're the offensive coordinator for the Badin Rams from the half-yard line?
I mean, I think I'm just going QB sneak and just
There you go.
You
Congratulations. You have
passed.
joined the school of
Well,
the quarterback sneak, and he must be behind the center.
Yeah,
None of this snapping the ball to him from the 3-yard line, so he has to run 3.5 yards.
Look, I know Hamilton's defensive line is a lot bigger than Badin's
You need an
offensive line.
inch.
You need half a foot.
You just fall down behind your right tackle's
You just got to find the gap.
thigh, and you fall in the end
Here's
zone.
the thing.
It's
from
not
this,
hard.
From this close, you don't actually have to win your blocks per se.
No.
You just have to find the crease behind the blocks, between the blocks, I should say.
It's the
You
best
don't
play.
need much.
It's the best.
But
Don't
it-
run it wide.
But it frustrates.
Don't throw the ball.
It frustrates Dan also a great deal to see a shotgun snap 5 yards
Me
in the
too.
back
Oh,
of the
I
inch
agree.
line.
Makes me crazy.
I don't
know.
know if they will do that here with Hamilton's
Well, and
defensive
do they
line.
practice
I'll
it?
give them time.
Do they practice it?
Let's
it's
see
not
if he
part of their
lines up.
offense.
Oh, they better line up under center.
That is like
I
a
set
foot.
this up. We got to do it.
That is like a foot from. That's not even a yard. That's a foot.
Now again, 30 seconds on the play clock. I'd tick this thing down before snapping
And
this
he's
ball.
hit the 4. I don't get it.
Here it is to Grayson.
And
He's
it
in.
doesn't
He's
matter.
in. Doesn't matter. Touchdown Rams. And as we love to say, Dan, that's why Yordi is the coach. And you're not. The Badin Rams with a 2-score lead. Did you see that one after the first couple offensive possessions, Jeff, in the first quarter?
No, I thought this would come out and be a little more of a slugfest, but Hamilton has just done nothing but fall apart in this third quarter.
Well,
I mean, 2 turnovers, multiple penalties, bad punt.
Who is down
Hamilton
for the Rams?
has done nothing right.
Oh, no. Another injury.
I'm looking to see a number here. But he's not loving it. He's holding his collarbone, it looks like.
Or the back.
Can't get a number on that. We'll have to keep an eye out for who that is for Badin. It
looks like 7.
That is Saycash, the punter. He's holding his neck.
Might see Maya Hara have to do the kickoff.
Might have to. Thank you, Dan. That's a good observation.
Yep.
Yeah. This has been a grueling game.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very tough, very physical.
Players going down. You see how much it means to everybody.
Yeah, they're playing their hearts out. Because you know what? In essence, it's one game of 10, right? But they've been prepping, what, three months for this game.
Well,
plus it's the rivalry.
You've been prepping for 3 months. It's the rivalry game. You've been out doing community work with these guys. You know them all. Next week, Badin is playing a road game at Dixie Heights, Kentucky. I don't think there's going to be quite the same personal animosity going against the Rebels down there in Kentucky.
It's great that you know they're the Rebels. I don't even know where Dixie Heights, Kentucky is. Sorry, Dixie Heights.
Across the Ohio River, Dan.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go.
I think that's Badin's first trip across the Ohio River since like 2001 or so when they played Boone County.
Oh, my goodness.
That game went to overtime back in the day. 16-10, Badin over the Boone County. I think they also are the Rebels. A couple Rebels.
A lot of Rebel things going on in Kentucky.
Especially given that Kentucky fought with the North in the Civil War.
Yes.
They weren't exactly rebels at all in Kentucky.
Neutral, technically.
They were Northern. They were under Lincoln.
Well, they were technically neutral, I believe.
They were a border state that owned
slaves. They're a commonwealth, aren't they?
Commonwealth, 1 of 4.
They still own slaves. They were exempt from the Emancipation Proclamation, which only applied to states currently in rebellion, as it took effect on January 1st of 1863. You didn't know you're getting a history lesson tonight from the old social studies teacher here. But
there you go.
Kentucky was known as a border state, as was Maryland, as was Missouri. And then, of course, they carved out West Virginia as well out of the state of Virginia because the people in the mountains did not own many slaves, and therefore they wanted to petition President Lincoln, can we fight on your behalf?
What's up with the pointy tail on West Virginia? Can you explain why that's there? A little peak. It's north of Columbus, by the way.
Oh, well, there's two panhandles to the state of West Virginia.
I'm talking about the one
the northern one by Wheeling.
Yes.
Well, that has to do with geography because that was originally part of the state of Virginia.
Okay.
Pennsylvania's got a straight down line, longitude line, as the border of their Commonwealth. The Saycash does kick this thing off, so he's back on the field. This will be returned.
What are they doing? Major confusion.
And they might break out after all this is said and done. Badin trying to play contain here. Good return for Jordan Bryant.
Very sneaky.
Just made it happen, but that was a disaster.
Yes.
Hamilton is not going to like film session.
No, they're not.
Special teams, because that was an absolute disaster of a return, just by the grace of God in His own athletic
We're
ability.
sorry we let a football game interrupt Joel's geography lesson. But that was interesting.
Yes, Dan, the Northern Panhandle was part of the state of Virginia. The eastern one's the more interesting thing, is Lincoln actually rigged a ballot to make sure that Harper's Ferry, which was the lead gun and ammunition factory town that John Brown later raided, stayed part of the state of West Virginia and not falling into Confederate hands. How about that?
That's tremendous.
2,000 people voted referendum-wise to stay with Lincoln. 5 people voted against it, and everyone else stayed home terrified.
You never vote against Lincoln.
Never vote against Lincoln. Yes, quarterback
draw.
Wrapped up and tackled there, looking for a number. I see a 5 at the end of his number. It's so hard to see these numbers from so far away. 15, it looks like. That is Evan Kathman, the senior linebacker, calling him out.
To say this is a big drive for Hamilton High is a tremendous understatement. They're down 10 now.
Yeah, and they need something positive.
They could have been down by 13.
Yeah, they need something positive to come out of this quarter.
They do.
2nd down and 9. And Lady Momentum is basically sputtered on the sideline of the guys wearing black shirts.
No turnovers.
Man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback draw or a quick pass. It is a quick pass.
Beautiful.
Over the middle.
Beautiful.
Complete,
Can
and
he get a
there's
block?
running room.
Can he get a block? He did not get the block.
Yes,
He's still
he did.
going. He slipped in.
Into the red zone and wrapped up and tackled at the 5-yard line. Huge gain by Dominic Southern.
The tight end.
Southern taking it toward the northern end zone, and it's first down and goal. Big Blue, there's your big play you want, Hamilton.
That's what Hamilton needed desperately. That's more yards on that reception than he had all of last season combined.
There you go.
Hudson Hyde cramping up a little bit for Badin out there. He's had a couple plays now where he's been sitting down doing the whole stretching the toe back thing, as he's going to now come out of the game. And looks like big number 51, Pete Pendergast, is going to come in for Badin, playing both directions. And Lem Grayson is cramping up, it looks like, in the end zone as well. We need Dick Ballard to bring out the pickle juice for everybody. It's the time of year already. First game of the season, and we always see these cramps early on.
We talked about this in the pregame.
It's not like
this
it's
is something we
85
expected.
out here, though.
No, but once again,
Yeah.
it's not always about the heat. It's about you're not used to game speed. You're not used to game hitting, and that wears on you real quick.
It's all going too fast, and Lem Grayson holds a sign up there that says, please slow down for TV Hamilton.
But, I mean, he is definitely, Lem is playing both sides, and we're seeing him play not like, oh, I'm going to play this play or this play. On defense, he's in there every play.
By the way, folks that are listening in, there actually is a backstory. I was the sign boy for all of the parades for years for TV Hamilton. And
The old car parade.
Oh, the antique car parade, 4th of July, Santa Claus, Memorial Day. And when people go past Jack Armstrong's television camera at 5 miles an hour, it's just too fast. You can't really focus on it as a camera guy. But then the people would call the station afterwards and complain, why didn't you have me on TV? Well, why did you go so fast in front of our camera? So they made this sign for me to hold that said, please slow down for TV Hamilton. And the late, great Jack Armstrong taught me how to jump out kind of into traffic but stay off of the screen to hold it up there to force these cars and these people to slow down and get themselves on TV. Apparently at an antique car parade one year, I did too good of a job, and I nearly got arrested by the Hamilton Police Department. They threatened me, you need to put the sign down, and I looked at Jack Armstrong. I knew how important my job was. I'm like, no, I'm not putting my sign down. Please
You were
slow
more scared
down.
of Jack Armstrong than you were the Hamilton
I was much more
TV.
afraid of Jack Armstrong than the Hamilton Police Department at the time. That's right.
All right, we got first and goal from the 5. Hamilton knocking on the door.
Probably
Man
looking at
goes
a draw
in
here, I'd
motion.
imagine.
Oh, yeah. Hand this off. No, yep, quarterback. Read option. And Badin plays contain and wraps him up. Good disciplined defense for the Badin Rams.
And a white flag.
Jackson Turner was the one that
These guys
maintained
got
his
it.
lane.
They got to keep their mouth shut on the sidelines, folks. These personal fouls are not helping.
We'll see who this one goes
Yeah.
against. If it's against Hamilton, that's devastating. If it's against Badin, it's going to be half the distance. And Hamilton's still sitting, still reasonably pretty on this thing. There's discussion.
The down should be lost either way.
The play occurred.
Yes.
And there's no automatic first downs, I believe. Personal foul on Badin.
That's Badin's third
Badin's
personal
gotten
foul
the
in this
worst
game.
of that.
Yeah, they've had 2 personal fouls and 1 taunting in this game. That's not what you usually see out of a Yorty team.
No, you don't.
I can tell you this: whoever those 3 penalties are on, they're not going to enjoy film.
No.
No.
There's going to be a lot of unpleasant film study going on
A lot
here.
of extra running, a lot of sprints.
So Badin plays maintained, but they get a half the distance to go. And here's the power T I've been looking for out of Hamilton.
This is it.
I've been wanting to see this from them all game.
Yes.
Terry Malone would be proud.
This is a classic.
A lot of these have been a handoff to Andre Bailey. Look, he's the left running back, number 1, but look at them taking Dominic Southern at fullback, and it looks like another offensive lineman, Eckley Bridges, back there.
That's the
Look for the
defensive
lead.
end.
There it is. Handoff, and he's short. That's Andre Bailey, but he got half of the yardage he needed. They can do that 2 more times. Yeah, it's awful predictable which way you're going when you put a lineman as the right running
when
back.
your defensive end is in there.
It's kind of
And
like
he's
when
in there again.
Refrigerator Perry
Yeah.
was the lead blocker.
59 there on
Just
the right.
foul over the
A
fridge.
naked
Bridges.
bootleg would be awesome here. As a
No,
quarterback,
sneak.
There it is.
Just for
for me.
Dan.
Keep the
Just for
quarterback.
Dan.
Wait a minute, they still haven't signaled this yet.
He's laying in the
He's
end. He's
in.
already in the end
All
zone.
right, now they
He's
did.
already dancing.
Jaden McClain.
Are
with
you
the
allowed to
quarterback
dance in
sneak.
high school? Are you allowed to dance? I guess you are.
I think those officials were a little bit confused.
It's the first game, right?
He was 4 yards deep in the end zone and nobody raised their hands yet.
They listened to me and brought out the power tee. They listened to Dan and ran the quarterback sneak from the one. Under center, Dan.
The power of TV Hamilton.
That's it.
It's amazing.
We are wishing things into existence up here with our friend Jeff.
We got to come up with some better wishes, guys. Although, I'll tell you what, before the game began, we wished for a good game,
Yes.
and we've gotten it.
We're getting a good game.
I wish for an
A fake, a rollout, a pass back across.
Oh, he could go the other way.
Nope, not in high school. You can't.
Not in high
Not
school.
in high school. You can't.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. College, you could.
That looked like a straight fake.
I think it was straight fake.
But
Think it
why?
was? I don't know, because now they're down by over
4.
a field goal.
Why?
Oh.
That's a risky play call there.
Well, you're thinking get the 2 and then a field goal wins it.
I guess.
RV gambling.
It's awful early for that. You still got 2:41 left in the third.
I think that's maybe they thought they'd catch him by surprise. But
Yeah.
credit to Badin
They
Wow.
weren't
for being
buying
disciplined.
It. They weren't buying it.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate. I'm going to say it was a flub up on the snap. Was it? Did you see anything
They
like
had
that?
a receiver out there.
Unless they yelled fire.
He had 4 defensive backs around him. There was a receiver out
maybe
there.
it was kind of muffed and they yelled fire.
Well, it's the MO for the Big Blue tonight with the special teams, okay?
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it really is.
Hey, Steve Caldwell, as unbelievable as your broadcast is, here's your next upgrade for next year. Get us instant replays. He's not busy enough doing all the other things that he's doing right now. He can do that, right?
But let's talk about what a answer from Hamilton that they desperately needed.
Oh, they did.
They could not turn it over. They could not go 3 and out. They had to have that touchdown drive, and they got it, and they delivered. Now, what does Badin have up their sleeves? They hit Hamilton hard and fast to start this quarter. What can they do on this drive?
I guarantee you Badin likes one thing about this whole situation. That's their special teams unit is on the field right now.
You are right about that 100%.
If they could run their entire special teams unit as their offense, they might be doing that right now.
Can they go punt formation on first down and run some fakes
Just
out of
run
it?
fakes. Just to fake field goals. Every special teams play you got in the
Now,
book.
that would be playing some Madden on PlayStation.
Yes, it would.
And no chance for Badin to run that one out.
Yes. Hamilton special teams a little more special on that.
Once again, both kickers have done a phenomenal job of not allowing much. The only one that really was allowed a good return was that first one, which went for the touchdown.
And Hamilton got a pretty decent return on their last one that set up their drive.
Yes.
And their long pass.
Can I lobby a rule change here, folks?
Go for it.
Let the guy run the ball out if he wants to.
For high school football?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let him run it out.
I wouldn't complain about that.
Like the way it used to be. I know I'm old, but it's just, I know it's about safety, but they're football players. They know.
High school, I think that's been the rule for high school football forever, though.
I don't remember it.
No, you could run out any kick
In
back
high
the
school?
day. Oh, yes.
When I was in high school, you couldn't, and I graduated in 96.
Okay.
Got to be older than that then, Dan.
It goes back. In the 70s and 80s, you could run back kickoffs out of the end zone.
Okay, look,
that
Dan
up.
took a wagon to school, okay?
That's
So-
true.
It was a rambler. Close enough.
We have a timeout taken on the field, and there's another timeout you don't like on a change of possession. You're not organized.
Yeah, that is
Not great.
Oh, my goodness. That is it. Like, it's not even after a bad play on first down and it was disorganized. You're coming off the sideline. You better have that play organized and ready to go. So, is that Badin's second or their first?
That's
Second?
Badin's second timeout
So
of the
one
second half.
timeout left.
Both teams have been burning through timeouts like playing poker
They
chips
haven't
in
changed
Vegas.
it on the scoreboard yet.
It's in the
but
scoreboard. I swear Badin used one before.
Yeah, they did. I got it written
I
down.
know Hamilton used one.
I've got it
Yeah.
written down here.
Okay.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, they're dead now. They
Nope, it still
No.
says 2 on the board. But
okay.
I've got Badin having taken 2.
Maybe
Referees
the,
are maybe consulting with each other right now because I see they got their notebooks out.
Maybe the scoreboard operator is a little confused on a timeout coming out of a
Possibly.
touchback.
Yeah. Or possibly there was an injury and nobody was officially charged.
That's a good point,
Could
too.
also happen. There've been a lot of players down
So right now, timeouts are 2 and 2
on the scoreboard.
on the scoreboard.
Referee keeps looking at it, though.
He's looking at something.
There's a number 1 being shown. I think they want to get that written correctly on the scoreboard, potentially. They've reset the clock to 2:40 because the clock also ran there after they blew the whistle for the timeout. They burned 12 seconds off the clock. They put that back on. 2:40 now remaining in the third quarter.
Now we got a timeout.
And we still
for the
have a
officials.
problem.
The fans are booing.
They're still looking at the scoreboard. Something's
Yeah,
wrong.
I think there's one timeout, and the scoreboard operator has it wrong.
Well, the referee, given that he does not have a microphone, is going to have to go over to
listen.
Arvey.
There it is. They're trying to motion to the press box.
Arvey can headphone something up to the coaching staff, who can then come down from upstairs and tell somebody.
He's walking over and looking at us.
It's where the referee and the coaches have to help each other out to make this work.
It's a mystery, guys. Nothing's changed on the score. Oh, they just lowered it to 1.
One timeout left
There
for
we go.
Hamilton. They put it on the wrong side of the board.
Maybe Hamilton called the timeout.
No,
Wait a minute,
now
no.
timeout.
They did
The
not.
scoreboard operator's
The
really
scoreboard
struggling
operators
in
having
there.
a hard time.
It's his first game. It's his first game in the season, too. It's our first game in the season.
Now they got Badin down to 1 timeout left on the board, which is correct. They got to get Hamilton back up to 2, though.
Shouldn't bet hard. I think.
There they go.
There we
We are
go.
finally correct on the scoreboard.
Life is good.
Memories of the late Carl Schott.
Oh, my
God bless the man who did the clock for a lot of Badin games for a lot of years. There were a few of those moments at a few of his games over the years.
So the question is, what does Badin go to now? They've had some success in this quarter. Oh, there's a
we got
flinch by
false
Badin.
start.
There's a
Yep.
flinch by Badin.
Hamilton flinched first,
But he
did
flinched
not
up.
jump into
Yeah,
the neutral
He
zone.
flinched up,
And
not
then they
forward.
flinched a second time, and then again, not into the
Yeah.
neutral zone. And then Badin's offensive lineman went ahead and flinched. It's going to be a 1st down and 15 for the Rams. This game won't die.
No.
These boys are playing really hard, both teams. Give them credit.
Now, the turnover bug, Hamilton High would love to see Badin have it right now.
And we have another whistle, because why wouldn't we?
This is smooth as tapioca here.
Oh, my goodness. Reset the play
If we
clock.
keep this up, Joel's going to have to tell us about the lost state of Franklin.
That's true. And nobody wants that.
No. You can tell us about Daniel Boone being
I
born
can tell
there.
you this, if we have to go back to the Spanish Inquisition, nobody would expect it, that's for sure.
They-
Handoff to Lem Grayson. Up the middle.
Nice effort just to get a couple
Yeah,
yards.
great job, because he was nailed dead to rights in the backfield, but he made 3 yards out of that.
He jumped backwards, took the ST plunge to get 3 yards.
And he's down. He's got the
I think he's wearing out. I think he's just physically wearing out.
Gonna be 2nd and 12.
Chris Vogt is shooting some great highlights on Twitter right now, by the way, too, of some of these touchdowns.
You can find that on the Report Ohio. On
he's
Twitter.
cramping
That's
up,
right.
guys.
Yeah, he's cramped
more
up.
cramps for Lem Grayson.
I mean, he's playing both ways. It would be great if they could find somebody else to give the ball to in the backfield to kind of give him a rest, but, you know, he's the one guy who's making things happen, so you don't want to, you know, go away from him, but you need him on defense, too. So
That's correct.
you can go to Rocco Milazzo
Milazzo can run.
at the running back position, and Milazzo had a good run in this game,
Yep.
but, man, when you're in a tight game, you like to go to your A1 player.
Couple of out-of-town scores looking at the GMC. Hamilton fans that are wanting to know. Right before halftime, it was Springboro 21, Mason nothing. That's not good news for you all. And with 6:40 remaining in the 4th quarter, St. Xavier with a 14-7 lead over Lakota West.
Interesting.
Also
Okay.
not great news.
I'll tell you,
for
that St. Xavier Lakota
GMC.
West game has become
Oh,
what an amazing game. It's become a rivalry from two teams that have no rivalry, truly.
That's true.
But that's what it's become, and that's a great. This game and that game are two amazing ways to start the season for people in the greater Cincinnati area.
don't forget about Princeton and Moeller also.
Well, I went to Moeller, so I'm very aware of
You're
that
very
one.
aware of that one,
So,
yeah.
that's a classic.
Well, the St. X Lakota West rivalry is really more of a Steve Specht and Tom Bolden rivalry, because that was Cole Rain and St. X
Yes.
for a number of years. They just simply kept St. X on the schedule, though, for Bolden as he moved over to Lakota West. And how much better has Lakota West been since? And Cole Rain, man,
It's
they've been on some
amazing.
hard times.
It's amazing what one coach can do for a high school football program.
Oh, my gosh.
It is.
When you
they
get the
they
right
make or break
guys.
it. They really do.
Live update for Sycamore. They are losing to Kings 44-0. So GMC, you're not going to
my.
get a win from that game tonight.
I didn't think they expected one in that one, but boy, that's brutal.
Is the GMC leading in any games right now at all?
Was Middletown leading?
Middletown was down by 3 last I saw that. Fairfield is playing Wayne tonight. And at the end of the 1st quarter, Fairfield had a lead. But in the 3rd quarter, it looks like it's Wayne 16-10 over Fairfield, last I've seen there. Lakota East was playing Centerville tonight. Let's see if we get any kind of score update from somewhere there.
Boy, he's really hobbling bad.
Yeah, that doesn't. Is that a cramp? I mean, it doesn't even. They were stretching him out like a cramp, but boy, he is hobbling something fierce.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Charlie horse times
Yeah.
10. I mean,
it doesn't look
us
like
old people can relate to Charlie horses.
It doesn't look like an
reason.
injury. It looks like a tiredness thing.
Yeah.
Like he's worn out.
Oh, my
And he
gosh.
should be because he's legitimately playing almost every
They
down
put
both ways.
so much on him.
And he's made plays. He has the interception. He has a bunch of tackles. He has made plays on the defensive end. He's done a great job of finding things when there's nothing on the offensive end.
Right.
So, boy, he's someone they need.
Here you go, GMC fans. Third quarter, Lakota East leading Centerville 25-13. There's something positive for the GMC tonight at the moment on the scoreboard.
That's a team without Kitten at quarterback anymore.
Yeah, Kitten's not even there anymore.
All right, we have 2nd and 12
Kitten the
here.
younger. Handoff to Milazzo. Up the middle. He's going to get about 4 yards
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
and take 40 seconds off the clock.
And we're just going under 2 minutes.
The clock is actually under 2 minutes as our graphics team tries to catch up to it. It's down to 1:53 and counting.
There, they got it caught.
We're trying to catch up.
3rd and 9 here.
Big play for Hamilton defense that they can get off the field.
Yeah, this
Huge
is something
play.
that they need for Badin. They need to keep their offense on the field because their defense cannot keep taking a wearing down if Hamilton does another long drive.
Play clock at 5.
3rd and 9, handoff. Badin not taking any chances. Milazzo
Big
for a
hit.
yard, and they're comfortable with that.
It's a big hit from Hamilton and a big stop from Hamilton. Let's see what they can do with a punt return and what can their offense do when they get back out. And really more than anything, what does this do for their confidence? What does this young team need, or
Oh,
what does
my
this
goodness.
inexperienced team need?
After every
Another
play,
injury.
after
For Army
every
crawling to
play,
the sideline.
Official timeout for an
Oh, my
injury.
goodness.
Is that's
That's a key player.
That's Eckley Bridges.
Eckley Bridges, yeah. He
Who
can't
is-
put weight on his right foot
Barrel
right
rolls
now.
onto the sideline.
Hopefully it's a cramp and nothing worse than that for him.
tried to save any time.
And keep in mind, not only is he a phenomenal defensive end and making plays in this game, he came in as a fullback to
He
block
did.
on those goal line situations.
You're right.
He did.
You're right.
So he's playing some both ways a little bit too tonight.
Well, I got to say, Badin came out in this third quarter, did everything they wanted to do to build this lead back, take the lead back, take the momentum back. This game has now died in terms of momentum. There is absolutely no rhythm or pace to anything out here with the amount of injuries and just bodies dropping like flies we're
You
seeing.
just feel bad for the kids at this point.
Hamilton's got a chance to grab some momentum. They're already kind of feeling a tilt, but even still, there's not been enough rhythm to even feel that.
Right. Their offense scored a touchdown. They just got a 3 and out, and that touchdown was 8 or 9
20
minutes
minutes
ago.
ago? I mean, it was
if
a
not
long
10 minutes
time ago.
in real time. In real time.
We had
so
3 or 4 injured players and cramps. We had about 5 different clock and timeout issues on the scoreboard. We had all this going on. And we're still waiting again to get this clock winding. This third quarter is taking forever.
It's going to be the length of an NFL game.
Oh, my goodness.
and what's funny is the first half flew by.
Oh, yeah.
The first half was incredibly fast, actually. I was like, wow, we're on a really good pace.
Okay, so when all's said and done, with an average punt here, Big Blue will probably get the ball around the 40.
Yeah, close to midfield. Cash
It's a good punt.
pummels
Very
that
good
ball
punt.
deep to the 31-yard line. It's going to be returned. Looks like that's Elijah Jones. And he's wrapped up, and there's a flag. Got to have a flag. Tyler Drott's going to make the tackle, and Badin might be a little better off than that still.
One thing Hamilton's got to learn on these special team returns, north, south, not east and west. They've been running east-west all day.
Oh, they've been
And it is-
dancing.
And then what happens when you're in east-west is you pick up holds. You pick up blocks in the back. You're too fast. Just cut it upfield. If you don't see a cut, lower your head and go. If you see a lane, take it. If you don't, lower your head and go. These guys are dancing, and it's cost them. Their special teams tonight has just been, I'll say, atrocious.
It's been brutal.
It's been brutal.
It's been
It is-
absolutely brutal.
It is the difference in this game.
Yeah.
Baden's special teams over top of Hamilton's special teams has been the one difference in this game.
And it's been such a wide gap in difference. It's not
Personal
just
foul on Hamilton, 15 yards.
15 yards.
That's going to send them all the way back to the 24. So there went the field position they were
gone.
helping to get.
So they're going to be sitting around the 40. Now they're all the way back here. Once again, don't dance. Cut up field and go.
Run straight.
Like, if there's a lane, you can cut to that. But you can't go all the way from the hash on the other side and come all the way back and not expect someone to block, hold, do a chop block, do something.
There's going to be problems. First down and 10 for Hamilton at their own 24-yard line. Fake handoff.
Little
Keeper.
misdirection. Nice tackle there. by Badin.
Looks like that is Jackson Turner wrapping up Jaden McLean.
Great tackle.
But a nice little mini gain there for McLean. Only about 2-3 yards.
About 3 yards. You know, you pick up, you get that
You'll
positive
take that.
play,
You'll take
and
that.
you want to build off that. If Hamilton's going to get a lead here or get any points on the board, they're going to have to earn it by going 75 yards.
Interesting. The play clock and the game clock.
Identical?
No, the game clock's about 1 second faster, so they could.
In a video game, they'd have to snap this ball.
Yes.
In real life, oftentimes they don't throw a delay a game flag on this. We'll see if they even want to snap it.
They do.
They do. Handoff goes to Andre Bailey, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Baden's defensive line is held up better than you would expect.
Yeah, they're bringing their linebackers downhill. That's where the difference is. They're really, that front four is a front seven because the linebackers are not playing the pass.
No, they're not.
They are straight up saying, we're going to stop your run. Make your unproven, your inexperienced quarterback beat us. And last drive, he did. He hit him for a good pass.
Yeah, he did. And to end the first half, he beat him with the pass.
Yes, he did.
And I think Hamilton needs to open up a little bit, not be so vanilla here. So
yeah,
we'll see what
I
happens.
kind of agree.
2nd and 8. Even the little dink and dunks on the outside,
yeah,
they've been pretty effective.
They need to get away from the hashes.
Don't let the interception, get undermine your ability to throw a pass.
Harvey talked about McLean this week when I was talking with him, and he said he wanted to have, quote, a gunslinger mentality.
Wow.
He said he knows interceptions are going to happen. He said he knows right now he throws passes that Harvey does not like. But he's okay with that because he has to learn, he has to have the confidence, he has to throw the ball like he expects it to be completed, and he will learn as he goes.
That's true.
So he
All
kept
of this
saying
is true.
gunslinger mentality is what he kept saying.
Well, you can do this one of two ways. You can play with the training wheels on, or you can play with the training wheels off.
And you know what? Here's the thing. While this game obviously means so much, they're at Hamilton and Badin both. This is not the end-all, be-all for their season.
There's 9 more games after
There's
this.
9 more games after this, and both these teams have dreams of going deep in the playoffs. So this is a good learning experience for them too right now.
And regrettably, with all these injuries, I just hope both these teams get out of this game, win or lose, and are healthy for the rest of the year.
And we have another stoppage to reset the play clock.
Sorry.
My goodness.
Okay.
If the teams are in first game form, the clock crew, officiating crew is in earlier than that.
3rd and 9. Here we go.
Here's a scramble and a screen
Springs.
back. And it's
dropped.
dropped.
Oh, he dropped
That's
it.
an incomplete
and
pass.
he had space too.
Incomplete
It
pass.
was set up
Oh,
wonderfully.
it was perfectly set up. A little underthrown, but boy, you got to catch that first. You have got it. That's a huge break for
There was
Badin.
an opportunity for something there for Hamilton.
Yes.
And
There were blockers. There were some Badin guys out there too, but it looked like Hamilton had a hat on a hat.
well, it was a great designed play, too, to try to roll out to the left, which would be the natural scrambling side
and then
of your
throw
quarterback
back.
McLean and throw backwards where your line was.
A
Yeah.
little bit underthrown, but boy, you just have to catch that. You just have to catch that.
it first, run it later, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Badin's got 2 back for the return here. 4th and 10.
And now here comes the interesting punting situation.
Good
This
snap
is the best
that
punt
time.
of the night. Low line drive. It's going to be fielded.
Good coverage
And
by
still
Hamilton,
set
but
up. My
a
goodness.
nice catch by Badin to not lose any more yardage, and a good tackle by Hamilton.
Preston Davenport was our runner for the Rams and our tackler for Hamilton. There's that man again, Elijah Jones. All over the place for the Hamilton Big Blue tonight. He's having a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a guy who really wants to show off, really wants to get something done. He's a junior, didn't get a lot of playing time last year, and he's proven this year why he deserves all the PT he's going to get.
You think about a home field advantage. I notice here on the Big Blue sideline, all the guys are sitting for Big Blue in a tent looking at a large television set. Isn't that interesting?
We got game film analysis in game.
Yes.
How
never
far
seen that
we've
in a high
come,
school.
Dan.
I've never seen that in a high school football game.
Handoff to Rocco Milazzo. They don't have Grayson out there up the middle, and he's going to take 40 seconds off the clock and get no yards.
If we could get our camera in there in between plays just to look at that. There you go. Thank you.
So Hamilton's had this set up for at least 5 or 6 years.
Okay, good.
I know Moeller's had it for 10 or 15 years.
I first saw this setup in person at Bishop Moore in Orlando, Florida, when I taught down there.
Interesting.
Back around 2015, they had that television on the sideline.
And I saw it in Virginia when I was there covering high school sports in 2016. So it's been around for at least a decade.
It's been around.
Okay, I just must never recognized it.
It's a little bigger than Tom Brady's tablet that he throws.
Yeah, chuck that one and we got real problems.
That's right. Quick little three-step drop, underthrown, and incomplete. Referee took a second to think about that. Hudson Hyde tried to convince him he caught it, but I think it did bounce.
I think it did bounce, and that would have been a nice pickup even if he caught it, because that would have made a really manageable third down.
Yeah.
I think Hamilton was fine with getting 6 on that and bringing up 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
We'll see if we've taught Jeff. Yes, it would have picked up 3 yards, and also it would have
kept the clock moving.
Kept the clock moving. That's right.
Look, you just got places to be. That's all.
There is nowhere else I'd rather be.
Joel just wants to get home.
No, he doesn't.
I've got no wife and no kids. You think I want to go home?
I don't know. There's some people with wife and kids who may want to spend more time
It's
here.
true. I am happily here at Virgil Swarm Stadium calling a Hamilton-Badin game. I'm just thinking from a strategic standpoint with all the injuries and Badin being the underdog on paper. You don't want to make this game last any longer than you need to.
3rd and 9, rolling out across his body. Never a fan of that.
Yep, not much there for Emerson to work with. Hamilton's defense had that snuffed out pretty early. Incomplete, and a clock stoppage, and a punt.
I like the rollout because it gives you more space to work. You're not going to get stuck in the pocket and get sacked, but rolling to the opposite throwing arm,
yes,
it's tough for any quarterback, especially a high school quarterback.
Now, that'd be a great play for Big Blue because he's rolling out to his left arm.
Right.
Which is perfect.
Right.
All right. This game's come to a kind of a screeching halt between all the poor guys getting hurt.
Badin looks disorganized on this, and they're running out of time. There's 7 seconds left on the play clock.
And I wouldn't burn my last time out to set up a punt.
No, I think they can get off 3.
And they do.
They got off. Ooh.
Hamilton didn't really rush but one player. Big punt. Over the head, bouncing sideways. Is that going to go into the end zone?
It does.
Well, just barely. Oh, my goodness.
Just checked up. Wow.
Coffin corner, Dan. I know you love it.
I love the coffin
Just
corner.
about had it.
Was that close?
Well, I'll start.
And honestly, still not a bad punt either way. You're down to the 20. You just netted about 40 yards.
Yep.
He's kicking a little more towards the sidelines. You could pin him inside the 20 there. You don't see coffin corner anymore.
Update out of town, up in the Columbus area on a 4th and goal. Jonathan Brown punches in a 1-yard touchdown. Columbus, St. Francis de Sales take a 14-13 lead over Olentangy Berlin, Badin fans, with 4:06 left in the 4th. That's a game you want to see de Sales win if you're a Badin Rams fan. Second level points for week 4 when you play de Sales. 1st and 10.
This is a really big drive right here. I mean, if Hamilton could get something going, that would be just good for their confidence.
Quarterback keeper had some room,
nice
but a great tackle. Grayson. He's back on the field on the defensive end.
He's honestly become more valuable in the defensive end this game than the offensive
I'm thinking the
end.
same thing, Jeff.
He's Superman.
Not just, I mean, he has at least 6 tackles I remember.
He's your leading rusher, your all-everything, your only returning starter last year on offense from 2 years ago. And I agree with you. He's been more valuable in the defense. Put Rocco Malazzo at running back, and let's make sure you get Grayson out there to play D.
He's the one who's been the sure tackler. He's the one he's made a couple nice open field tackles in the interception, obviously. So he's the one who's really kind of set the tone for them.
And that is so important against a team like Hamilton who's got the athletics and speed.
Blitz
coming and caught. Wrapped up in a sure tackle. Dominic Southern with the catch, and Hudson Hyde wraps him up and hog ties him for a big loss. That could have gone a few different ways.
Hudson Hyde.
I thought that was going to be pick 6.
That could
it hung up there.
Could have been a pick 6, and then once it was caught, if the tackle would have been broken, it might have been 6 the other way. There was some serious scoring opportunities.
We were talking with Coach Yorty before the game, and he said, our DC does not like to blitz. Well, it worked great there.
Yeah, he does not like to blitz.
But he got that ball off.
They're doing it.
We thought Hamilton would start to wear down Badin in the 4th quarter on the offensive and defensive line.
It's going the other way.
It's going the other way.
It is.
Badin is starting to win the line battle right now.
It is. All right. Fake, play action, possible scramble, rolling, looking for a receiver. Throws out route,
and he got it. What a great play.
Jordan Bryant coming back to the ball, catches it, and saves the drive for Hamilton at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Big Blue, as we hit the 9:02 mark left to go in this ball game.
What a big play, and that is very reminiscent of the 3rd down play from the first half.
That's very good.
The one that led to the touchdown right before halftime.
Yes.
Very good by McLean to use his feet to extend the play, give his receivers more time to break down the defensive backs in coverage.
Yep. He's learning. He's growing. I mean, gosh, can you imagine being a first-year starter and your first game is this game?
Oh. That's ugly, isn't it? It's not what you want.
Like, you'd want to ease him in against somebody else, not this game.
Coleraine. Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
That would be exactly it. Or when a team like that. But and even against a good GMC team, that'd be one thing. But
we got some kind of clock thing
oh
going.
My goodness.
All
Keep
right.
going, Jeff, as they're figuring out the clock.
It's just, even a GMC game, depending who it is, might not be as emotionally taxing as this game.
Yeah, this is definitely, the kids are going to sleep well tonight, no matter who wins this game. There'll be a lot of kids sleeping like babies. Andre Bailey runs up the middle. He's tackled and brought down there. It looks like
52.
that's Brian Estrelado breaking the tackle for the Rams.
5'8", 190 senior. It's the first time I believe we've called his name tonight.
Yep, 2nd and 6. That was a big play for Big Blue to keep that drive alive.
Oh, yeah. This is an opportunity for Hamilton as they're approaching midfield. If they can start grinding this thing out, again, digging some momentum back the other way.
Keeping the clock running.
Handoff up the middle. Bailey again. Flag. It's coming back. Holding penalties are drive killers, and I think we just got another one, folks.
Boy, Hamilton is shooting themselves in the foot in the second half.
Yeah, Badin, interestingly, on that tackle, they're trying to strip that ball big time.
Oh, they are.
They're
really looking for a turnover.
They are.
Well, Badin's close enough now they can feel it. I think they felt like they were overmatched for most of that first half and felt like only by the grace of God and a kickoff return or even in this game.
Right.
Their second half has been a lot stronger.
It's been impressive.
I think that experience is starting to show through right now for Badin. If they win this one, it would be off their experience.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. Well, last year Hamilton was the more experienced team, and it
Yes,
helped them.
it
This year
absolutely
Badin is the more experienced team.
And in the game 3 years ago, same thing. Badin was a more experienced
Exactly.
team.
Experience won this.
Oh.
Almost a blindside hit. Good.
He was wide
route.
open.
That's Elijah again. Brought down. Rocco Malazzo's going to get him out of bounds, but
Boy, Elijah Jones, as you said, has been everywhere on both sides of the ball and in special teams.
these are the days of Elijah, folks. Behold, he comes.
17-yard play when they needed 16. And quarterback shown he has a gun, throwing it across the field like that. That's pretty impressive.
The future looks good for Hamilton once they figure out a couple things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Special teams.
Special teams will be one.
That would be a huge one.
And getting their quarterback fully developed. They've got all the tools they want. Fake handoff going to be a keeper. Stretching him out and runs out of bounds. There's Grayson dragging him out of bounds for a loss again. Another second and longer than 10.
Grayson again. I'm telling you right now, he is, and now he's even fixing the shoulder pad for a Hamilton player.
That's very kind.
He's doing everything.
That's
Lem
it.
Grayson is doing everything right now for Badin.
Nice discipline by Braden Bailey, the offensive right guard, right tackle, I should say, for Hamilton. He could have easily did a little push in the back on that play. He didn't. He's held up, or else it would have been 10 more yards off.
Hamilton behind the sticks again.
2nd and 15. That was actually a 5-yard loss.
Wow.
Low snap.
Grayson's pressing as close as
The
he
blitz
can.
comes.
They throw it
Picked
up.
off.
There's the interception. There it is. Jordan Kreider baited that. Lem Grayson, and he helped Elijah come up again off that play. Lem Grayson, if you go back and replay that on TV Hamilton's broadcast, you're going to see Grayson nearly jump off sides. He was pressing so close to the line of scrimmage, and he basically dared Jaden McLean to throw it over the top, and his safety, Jordan Kreider, read that the whole way.
And the key on
rolled
that,
over coverage.
Badin blitzed again and came through clean.
Yeah.
Badin is, I don't know why Badin's coach says he doesn't like the blitz. Everything they've done tonight that's been successful has come off the blitz.
They've needed to.
I'll tell you, Grayson, 5'8", 195. I bet you if you weighed him now, he'd be about 186.
Yeah. He's lost some weight tonight.
Oh.
And now he's back there at running back.
He's going to need some protein shakes after this game is over with to regain some of that body mass. Grayson's going to run it left.
There he goes.
He's got some room. Cuts it back. First down. Rams starting to assert a little bit of dominance late in this game. Just a
Momentum
little bit.
definitely swung back to Badin in this one.
Big time. Big time.
This is where Hamilton, you need someone to step up and to make that play that swings it back to you. Who can you find who can make that play?
I mean, watch when Badin lines up against Hamilton. Just look at the size difference of the lines. It's quite remarkable that, Badin is flexing their muscles here, running the ball right against these big guys.
The big runs have come on the outside of the
That's
tackles.
true.
They're getting
That's
around
true.
the corner. So I don't know if Hamilton's defensive ends are trying to stunt inside, trying to work their way inside.
Right.
Instead of working outside, and that's leaving that end unsealed.
Okay.
As the referees talk to Arvie Crouch, I will give you one more score that nobody here cares about, but it's just interesting. Marion local tonight, 56-0
Well,
over South Adams, Indiana.
Well, tell the TV Hamilton viewers about the majesty that is Marion
The Marion local Flyers have just won their 56th straight game, including 4 state championships in that run. They have not lost since they lost to New Bremen during the COVID pandemic of 2020. It's been that long since they lost a regular season or playoff game. 56-0 over a school from Indiana. They can't even find anybody in the state of Ohio that wants to play them.
In the playoffs last year.
Yes.
Yeah, they 3 teams declined or 2?
Just declined to play them. The 16th seed, we're not playing you. New Miami would have been the 17th seed. They had already put their stuff away. Yeah, we don't care. 18th seed, no, we're not playing you. Fort Recovery, the 19th rated team, had to basically play them.
And they got killed, of course.
I was just saying, how'd they go for Fort Recovery?
Well, 35-0, but that's a conference opponent. They've at least played them before, and they know them, so it wasn't as terrifying as the other teams are just scared to even face them. But no longer will that happen. We have a 12-team playoff bracket this year, not even a 16, which is, I think, a good thing.
I do, too, because the 1-16 matchups and the 2-15s, they're exhibition games.
You don't need to have those. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Clock will run. Play clock is being kept on the field now by the referees. Hand off. This
he
is
slipped the tackle.
Chase even. Chase even.
He is gone for the touchdown. No flags.
Even break into pay dirt, and the Badin Rams have taken a larger lead in this game, up by 2 scores now. That's a man that's not carried the ball.
He's fresh.
I believe that's his first carry in his high school career.
It might very well be, and it's one he'll remember for sure.
And once again, bounced off the edge on that end.
20 years from now, he's going to say it. The first time I carried the ball
was at Virgil Shoreham Stadium against Hamilton High.
And
if Badin ends up winning this game, this will be the dagger that sealed it.
Yes.
Obviously, it's too early for that yet.
Badin is sealing that corner. All the big runs for Badin have come on sealing that corner. It's the right corner, left tackle for Badin, right defensive end for Hamilton. That is where Badin is making their money. That is where they're making their hay.
Running
so to
behind Pete Pendergast.
There it is. Tell me about Pete Pendergast's numbers.
6'6", 265.
Ding!
I believe one of us in this booth called him his player to watch.
Yes, you
I
did.
believe so.
Yes.
Beefy, as they say. Where's the beef? He's wearing number 61 for Badin. As they have another cramp on the field, we can't obviously get any momentum in this game at all. 4th quarter score, Wayne is up over Fairfield, 23-17.
Are there any schools named the Fighting Cramps?
The Fighting Cramps.
That would be great. They would have a very busy first few weeks of the season.
They would, but they would have a very rough end of the year. And they'd have a great rivalry game with the Pickle Juice.
All right.
Maya Hara ready to line up the extra point for the Rams, trying to go up by 11 now. It's up. It's good. And look, Steve Caldwell, can you get the Badin student section across the way? There is a sea of green and white just jumping up and down, and they are feeling it over there. Made the very, very long road trip all the way across D Street tonight to get here.
A 9-minute drive.
They could have walked.
Could have walked.
I believe it's literally a 9-minute drive.
They call themselves the Herd, and we have certainly heard them tonight.
As long as they don't name themselves after Colin Cowherd, I'll like that name. Not a big Colin fan.
Not a big Colin fan, huh?
No. When he says something, he thinks he thought of it first, and he thinks he's always right.
Badin fans, here's a good second-level point score for you. It's gone final. DeSales has beaten Olentangy Berlin 14-13.
Oh, that's a big game for Badin.
That helps out the Rams, but only if they beat Columbus DeSales. If they lose to them,
is that game in Columbus?
That is in Columbus this year.
Okay.
That is the game that Badin is playing. Date of September the 12th on the road up there at St. Francis DeSales, and DeSales will already be worth, that's a Division I opponent that beat tonight, Dan.
Oh, my goodness.
That's 6.5 points. And Alter beat a Division I opponent. That's worth 6.5. Badin is maxing out the board early on tonight. in the second level potential points.
Yes, they are.
Saycash going to kick this thing off toward the goal line. It's going to be returned. That's Elijah Jones.
Boy, one thing I'm looking at, the Hamilton backs back there, they are standing and waiting to block instead of moving upfield to block.
Yep.
So Badin is meeting them, the returner, at the 10 or 15.
Yeah, they're not getting a wedge at all, are they?
No, there's no wedge. There's no anything. You can't stand and wait for the block. You need to go upfield and meet the guy coming down.
Hamilton looks like they're playing back on their heels a little bit
They
right
do.
now, don't they?
They do. I think they're a little shocked at this point. This, what we're seeing is experience winning out over guys who haven't been there before.
Yes.
Which is not shocking. I mean, the lights get bright on a Friday night.
They do. And if you're used to playing JV, this is a little different crowd size than you're used to seeing.
Everything's a little different.
The weight of expectation.
Boom.
Look at this. In the backfield, broken tackle, but still brought down by Pate on the second hit, and Hamilton's going to lose some yardage back there.
And that was Trent Owens coming through once again. Call it a blitz or call it just reading and attacking downfield. Badin, they're not sitting back. Their linebackers are attacking at the point. This is an incredibly aggressive game plan for them.
It begs the question, though. You're down by 11 points. You have one timeout left, two. Why are you running the ball?
Yeah, I guess you're trying to keep them honest.
Right.
Okay, well, you need 2 scores.
And you're also not hurrying up like you were at the beginning of the game either.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just running out of juice,
The
too.
play clock is messed up. It says 0 on the field.
It's being judged by the back judge. They're down below 10 seconds now. There's the snap. Hamilton's running this drive as if they're leading, not as if they're trailing. Another run. It's going to take more time off the clock, and Badin says thank you.
Clock management.
Andre Bailey. I hear Hamilton fans down below is pleading,
Throw the ball.
Stop running the ball.
Yeah, throw the ball.
The problem becomes now you're down by 2 scores with 5.5 minutes left. If you don't get it here, I guess you have to
go
punt.
for it?
I mean,
I
you
would
have
punt.
to go for it.
I would not punt if I were
I think
Hamilton.
I'd
you
go
have
for
to
it
go for it.
because if you
You're
give
all
it,
going
if
to get the ball back one more time anyway.
if
need to score
you
both
don't
drives.
get it, you can home the field goal, and it's still 2 scores. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, Badin's
3rd
gonna
and 9. Let's see if Badin blitzes. Nope.
4-man rush
they're
only.
Playing straight.
Good step up in the pocket. Good crossing route.
He's a
and
little
another really nice adjustment. Jordan Bryant's had a very good game.
Extra effort there to lunge forward and get that first down.
I am so impressed with Jordan Bryant.
Jordan Bryant and Elijah Jones are both showing that they're very capable wide receivers.
Yes.
And as they get more comfortable with Jaden McClain in game situations, I think Badin will look much better through the GMC.
Hamilton, yeah.
Sorry, Hamilton.
Yeah, I know. We all do. It's late. I get it. Yeah. Holding penalty picked by Pate if it stands. There is a flag on the field.
There was a takedown along the line,
It's a
but
hold
I don't know if it was
on Badin.
So Badin drug him down. I saw 2 guys go down.
Two guys went down.
That interception
will not stand. That's right. That's right. And I want to just.
Didn't Thomas Payne say that? No.
I want to reiterate. Yeah, Jordan Bryant as well as Elijah Jones, they are a young quarterback's best friend. They have helped him out so much.
Yeah.
They
And the
really
thing
have.
about Jones is only a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's development we can see there. And Caleb Ahan had a really nice catch earlier in the game.
So a hold is 10 yards in high school.
Yes.
Okay, now 5.
So it's an automatic. It's a first down either way.
It's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah.
Not an automatic,
Not
one,
automatic.
but it's enough for
But it's
one.
enough because it's first and 10.
Yes. First and
The
10,
clock is
Hamilton.
stopped.
That's right. You get a clock stoppage on that as well. 4-man rush again only.
Looking.
Scrambling out and picked
intercepted
anyway.
again.
Pate has just picked off 2 passes in a row. One of them counted.
Pate
Alex Pate.
Pate could play wide receiver, couldn't he?
He's reading the routes better than the receivers are.
It's that trio of terror we talked about. Those linebackers are
Oh
making
my
the
goodness!
plays.
And the students at Badin are going nuts.
And there's a maturation process. That's not a pass that he needs to be throwing. So he's made some good looks and he's had some bad looks tonight. Harvey said he's got to grow up and learn and mature and be a gunslinger. He's got the gunslinger down.
He's got the gunslinger, and this will be a productive film study for him.
I agree. Fully agreed. This is one of those games that
A tale of 2 halves.
Yeah, I think it's a game that both coaches talk about. It's a good one to grow up in a hurry for your team and set you up for the rest of the year.
Oh, yes.
And Coach Lauer is right. Both teams are going to score more points than they did last year.
Yes, they already have.
That has proven to be true.
Hand
off. Right back to that man again. Even. He's going to break another tackle.
2 touchdowns, 2 carries.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
you kidding me?
Badin has found themselves another running back.
The 5'10 sophomore, 145 pounds, with 2 carries in his high school varsity career, both for touchdowns. And longer ones, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Is he going to become Al Bundy talking about the 4 touchdowns?
Yes, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
You know why? Because I would. I would. If I'm him for the rest of my life,
I was,
hey, guys,
I
the
was
first
channeling Al Bundy right
the
there.
first 2 times I touched the ball, touchdowns in the big rivalry game, that was me.
Well, the huge thing, too, with that for Yordy is that allows him to play Lem Grayson a lot more solely on defense
That
if he
is
wants
the key.
to.
And not
Yes.
just this game, down the
Beyond.
road.
Yes.
They may have found something they may not have known about or maybe barely thought about, but Chase Even is an X factor going down the stretch in this game.
Nobody had him as their X factor because he's not even listed in their starters, and he never had a carry before today. He's not someone we were looking at.
That's it. I mean,
He must
my
have been a
goodness.
freshman stud, okay? He must have been.
I see the
Because they
last
knew
name,
what they had.
I see the last name Even. I wonder if he's related to Braylon Even, the basketball player who scored so many points for Badin. They've got a really good basketball player.
Well, the
Braylon
athletic
Even.
lines are there if that's the case.
38-20.
This game has turned in a hurry. This game has turned in a hurry.
Well,
We
Dan,
were looking at 24-20 just a moment ago.
we were talking about the dam bursting and the water caving in, but we weren't talking about it potentially happening in this direction.
No, I
at
said
halftime.
Badin had to stop Hamilton High to begin the second half where I thought things might get ugly for the Badin Rams. And Badin stopped them, and then things got ugly for the Big Blue.
I mean, like I said, Arvey told me in practice, turnovers and penalties in the second half has been littered with turnovers and penalties. At least 3 turnovers I can think of right now, maybe 4.
That's why he's the coach. He knows that.
Absolutely brutal. Return
See,
man
those
is gonna
guys
be
need
Bryant.
to go up. Why are they not? The blockers need to move forward to make that block.
Once again, Bryant getting contacted well inside the 20-yard line every time.
That special teams film session is not going to be pretty.
Yes. The film session for McLean will be very instructive and observational, and there'll be a lot of good stuff. The special teams film study is going to be really nasty.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of these instances where we see some backups in here. Seriously, it's 18 points, 4 minutes to go.
Oh, I think you launch it deep at least one more time and try to see if you can't get something
Well,
in there.
I think Hamilton's going to roll their starters because they need to learn.
That's true.
Badin, I think we're going to see some new guys because, number one, they just need to not get their starters gassed for next week.
Or cramped
or hurt.
whatever.
Broken bones, things like that. Toss, complete. Look at that sure tackling. Cooper Clay wrapped him up and waited for Pate to put the finishing touches on Elijah Jones. Elijah's trying to do everything he can off of that, but there ain't much.
He got it, but also once again, he turned his back and turned backwards. You got to know just to step and go. That's one of these things where they have to learn. This is another growth process for Hamilton's players. You got to step and go. Sometimes you want to take the 4 yards.
Yeah.
If they give it to you.
Don't risk anything more or get out of bounds.
Or get out of bounds.
You're in a clock situation here where you need 3 scores. Handoff. They're not worried about the scores, apparently. That's Andre Bailey up the middle, and Badin will take that the rest of the game.
I think they're just trying to run their offense.
There's just a little concession going on here, guys.
I think they're running their offense to try and learn.
Yeah.
This is a learning opportunity for Hamilton at this point.
They're calling it maybe a 3-minute drive.
Wow. Just score once and only lose by 10, I guess, is the goal.
I mean, you're not going to, with an inexperienced team and against a good team like Badin, who's consistently deep in the playoffs, you're not pulling 3 scores out of your bag with 4 minutes left. So the goal here is to learn, have a nice long drive if you can get it, and then figure out what to do on tape from there.
Get out of bounds.
He did. Well, I guarantee you certainly won't come back from 3 scores down if you're running this type of a tempo. That's for sure. I get it. Man, clock's paused and stopped at 2:56 left. I cannot stress this enough. Hamilton scored right before the half. Took Badin's heart out. Badin had led the entire first half, but really undeservedly so in some ways.
Correct.
Hamilton had dominated so much of this game so early on. Badin had like negative 30 yards of offense at the end of the first quarter.
Oh.
A tip ball,
and it got
incomplete.
Oh, it's incomplete.
Hit the turf.
And after such a good game from Jordan Bryant, that one was right there. The perfect throw, everything. Hamilton right now, they're mentally kind of.
They're fried.
They're fried.
It's just remarkable to me how the Badin offense, the first 2 series, were like negative 40-something yards.
Yeah, literally.
And now a sophomore running back scores 2 touchdowns on his first 2 carries in the fourth quarter.
To have almost
is it conditioning?
to have they might have had negative yards offensively in the first half of that game.
Yeah, is it conditioning?
Because the only field goal they got was on a short field.
Yes.
To be that low offensively and down after giving up a heartbreaking touchdown right before halftime and kicking off to the other team to start the second half, to take that and to turn that into an 18-point lead in the second half of this game.
Well, I mean,
that's phenomenal coaching on Yordy's part, and Badin with some
Badin
really
got
good
some turnovers.
Baden's outscored them 28-6 in the second half. So the turnovers and the penalties, exactly what Arvie said they couldn't have, is what they had, and that's a difference. And once again, experience wins out more times than not.
Experience definitely has helped the Rams tonight, and
good effort by the receiver there to try and get out of bounds, but he couldn't do it.
Jordan Bryant.
As the great Martin Sackenheim would say about Hamilton, experience is what you get when you didn't get what you want.
Yes.
And I think that's very true tonight.
That's been the way Hamilton's gone tonight.
Well,
so I think there's a lot of good in this for Hamilton, too. A lot of things to look on tape and go, guys, we were right there until we started turnover, until we started committing the penalties. So there's a lot of things, some positives to take out of this.
Big Blue will not have a special teams game this poor the rest of the season.
You would hope not.
It'll be the educational tool for them, won't it?
It will.
Overthrown.
Out of bounds.
Baden's defenders are actually more eager to catch this ball than Hamilton's receivers. You can see that ball gets thrown up there. Hamilton's guys like maybe it's coming, and Baden's defenders, their eyes are getting so big.
Yeah.
They're like, let's run, let's get this. Pick City, let's go.
Joe, I have not looked ahead to next week's games, but who does Hamilton play next week?
Well,
and
they're
going
to start their conference play next week. Hamilton
on the road, I believe.
At Sycamore, who got walloped tonight. Final score 44-7 by Kings. So
Kings is a force.
I believe Hamilton played Sycamore last year in the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
No, 2 years ago, I believe.
2 years ago.
Oh, I don't remember. I'm losing it now. I can't
let's
remember.
See.
They beat Oak Hills last year in the playoffs.
It was Oak Hills. They beat Sycamore last year 50-3.
Wow.
That's who they'll start conference play with this year.
So
that'll help.
They have Sycamore, then they have their home against Lakota West, who's a beast.
Yep.
And then at Lakota East. And then Mason Oak Hills is a nice little.
That's a kind of treacherous path there for Hamilton.
Yeah. It's like there's no great stretch for them of like, these are games we're going to win, these are games we're going to lose. It's really sprinkled toss-up games.
Right.
Okay.
So Sycamore will at least give them the chance to get right next week.
Right the ship.
Baden, meanwhile, is going to go down south of the border to play the Rebels of Dixie Heights, Kentucky, who they know nothing about. They've never played them before.
4th and 7. Let's see what happens.
Roll out left. There's the throw. Short of the sticks. Wrapped up. Not going to be enough. And Baden is going to take over and a turnover on down.
And Baden should just take some knees here, if you ask me.
Yeah.
No injuries that way.
You don't want to give it to Chase Evan to go for the 3 for 3?
Well,
that would be impressive.
The problem is Chase Even would get the clock stopped if he scored a touchdown. So
yeah, that's true. He could slide at the 1 yard line.
Nobody's sliding in this game.
To keep the clock rolling is what I'm saying.
I know, but he's not sliding in this
game.
No,
he's
the other high school game tonight being played in the 45013 zip code. The Ross Rams, it looks like, are going to play a real tough heartbreaker, but Wyoming kicks a field goal with 8 seconds left. The Wyoming Cowboys up 24-21 over Ross.
Ross Rams.
Baden and Ross, both in Division III, Region 12. They could see each other this year, potentially in the playoffs.
Be nice if they played each other again.
Could happen.
Yep.
And Baden would not play that home game here. They'd play it at their home stadium now. Terry Malone
Here's our
Field.
knees. Here's our knees.
Colt Emerson going to take a knee, and I doubt the way that Hamilton's offense ran that last drive. It looks like they're going to concessionary mode, and it looks like Baden is going to go ahead and take the lead and the win in this game.
Yeah, I think so. I think a learning experience for Hamilton, and credit to Baden. They played a great game, especially in the second half. Their defense was everywhere. They played downhill. You just see right there a high five across the line between two linemen, one from Hamilton, one from Baden.
That's always good to see.
That's what this game is about. It's great for the community. Everybody got excited about it. We saw the work that was done literally in the community. We saw the T-shirt sales raise $6,000, by the way, for the Booker T. Washington Center.
That's
fantastic.
We see these kids grow up and learn. They get to talk about playing in this game. Hamilton gets to learn from it. We can talk about Baden when Baden will learn a lot from this game too. Because clearly they changed some things in the second half, or at least their players did something different in the second half, and that will give them a chance to look at that on tape and go, the first half, This is not so good. The second half, this is what we want. So
they looked absolutely outclassed and outmatched in every way in the first half of this game.
And Hamilton look at the first half tape and say, we need a game like this.
A whole game like this.
Yes.
Give Badin all the credit in the world for going in, losing at halftime with nothing going their way and being able to rally around the troops and pulling out an 18-point impressive win.
Yeah, dominating second half from the Badin Rams. They deserve all the credit in the world. Fantastic game from them. A great job of coming back to make things happen, getting the interceptions, getting the fumbles, and playing a clean game in the second half. And for Hamilton, they look pretty good at times in the first half. There is room for growth, and we've seen it with the wide receivers action that we saw, with the quarterbacks, some of the play we saw. There are some places for Hamilton to go.
You can see McClain. You can see McClain's going to be a good quarterback for him.
He's got the tools.
He's got the tools. I think he needs to maybe run a little more. Maybe they don't want him to, throw all the stuff at him right out of the chute. But his running ability, I think, will be utilized a little more as the season goes on.
And for the Badin Rams, say a few prayers tonight for the health of one Declan Brown, a major player that was anticipated to have a huge role his senior year this year.
Yeah.
And that injury, I'm not going to speculate that it is an ACL, but it had that type of appearance to it.
Right.
Hopefully it's just a sprain.
Hopefully
Maybe
they
you
can
miss
get
a
that
week
knee
or two
looked
and you
at
come back.
Yeah.
But other than that, that would be a horrible break for him if that was a season ender in the very first game of his senior year.
Yeah, you don't want to wish that.
Gentlemen, final thoughts as we wrap up. What are your kind of thinking there? Dan, start with you. Final thoughts.
I'm just remarkably impressed how Badin turned things around so much in the second half. I was, seriously, the way that the first half went, I was just thinking Hamilton can get the second half, run the ball down, and I'm thinking I think they have a good shot to finish this game up. And Badin completely surprised me how they ran the ball in the second half, how their defense stepped up, and it is a great victory for the Badin Rams tonight.
I'm going to go ahead and throw out one unconventional thing because I always love to throw out something unconventional, finding little nuggets here. Chase Even. You might have found something there.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years ago covering a Badin game when one Lem Grayson was not really thought of as a freshman and kind of came in and got a few carries late, and all of a sudden Dad and I, see Dad back there on the screen, look at each other going, this Lem Grayson kid's pretty good. And now he's out there playing both ways, really key roles. But I think, Jeff, you were right. He probably played a bigger role on defense than he did on offense today. And if you can get Chase Even,
that's the key,
to be part of your offense on a more regular basis, this opens up a few options for Yorty. You might lose Declan Brown, but you might have found something you didn't know you had.
Yeah, I think you're dead on. Guys, go ahead and give yourselves a little pub for your next game you got coming up.
Oh, well, I'll be out with Chris Vogt tomorrow. We got Little Miami at Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but we are
Jackson,
for real.
The Iron Man.
Say it, Rock Danny.
I am Iron Man.
Ozzy appreciates that.
R.I.P. Ozzy.
R.I.P. Ozzy. We will have the Jackson Iron Man against Little Miami and the Panthers. This is our first time covering Coach Mahan on his second term back out there at Little Miami. They have just joined our coverage area. We are now all of Butler County and Warren County. Chris Vogt has got a huge spread that's out there. If you want to go ahead and order it from him online with the Lindenwold Ledger or whatever his website is, Dad's got a copy here. Look at this thing, folks. This is an amazing, amazing piece of paraphernalia that Chris Vogt has been able to whip out.
How can you find that online?
You can find it online. Search for the Report Ohio. You can be able to order it. It'll be delivered to your home for free, though you can scan the QR code and donate if you want to. But there's, I think, 21 different articles there. There's the QR code.
There
Look at
you
that,
go.
Dan. There's like 21 different articles about our coverage area teams there, and it is second to none in terms of coverage area there. Look at all these pictures.
Color pictures, just everything.
Right up on each of the 21 teams in Butler County and Warren
County.
County.
Put a lot of time into this.
Full schedule for everybody there. It's got pictures of Badin's new stadium.
The Street and Smiths of Southwest Ohio.
It's pretty darn cool. Chris Vogt, we're proud of you, bub.
All right, our next game on TV, Hamilton right here, and our stuff comes up in 2 weeks. Back home here against Lakota West on September 5th. We will be live for TV Hamilton. We will not have the announcers.
No, we'll be
back
out.
to our.
I'll be in Florida.
It'll be back to our normal broadcast that you'll see, but with the beautiful graphics we have this year, or the nice little scoreboard lower. So look for that coming up in 2 weeks on September 5th. We will have all the home games again right here on TV Hamilton. And with our partnership with the Report, a couple of Hamilton's road games that you guys are going to do.
Oh, yeah.
We will show those as well.
Simulcast on the Report,
so,
Ohio.
Yeah, so we're going to have 7 or 8 Hamilton games right here on TV Hamilton's Facebook page, and all of our stuff that is live will also be live on the Report. A great partnership with these guys. So, guys, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
We enjoyed it.
Let's go ahead and wrap this on up. Thank you to Steve Caldwell, the director, executive producer, cameraman, sound guy, whatever else. Adam Williams doing the lower scoreboard. Jenny Caldwell, production assistant. Chris Vogt, producer. Dan Vogt, Joel Sackenheim. I'm Jeff Archibald. All the people at Hamilton, all the people at Badin, thank you for your help. Have a good night, everyone.
Bringing it home to you.